All right, hello and welcome to Gearworks and Godhood. This is our 8th session here with the crew of the Crimson Zodiac out of Whitestone, and we are finishing up in Hupperduke, or at least that is where it seems to be going. After looking into the connections of the Cerberus Assembly to the kobolds that were attacking Hupperduke, a member of the team was slain. Kors was killed by what was discovered to be an annex of the Cerberus Assembly, with Schley deciding not to stay and fight, but to leave and go let the rest of the group know what happened and not make it 2 deaths instead of just 1. But in going back to investigate and try and find the person responsible for killing Kors, the party went back to the alley, found the body was gone, and started trying to get the attention of whoever did this. Returned back to the bar where you guys had been spending some time, and Crane received a note that if he wanted to die like his friend, that he could return to the same alley at midnight. The party decided to take them up on that offer and head back to the alley along with their newfound friend, Tara, who had been found when going to talk to the gnomes, the gnomes from the workshop, who the Crimson Zodiac were there to retrieve. And in meeting Tara, saved the daughter of one of the gnomes, and he agreed to come back to Whitestone. But the party fought against the Cerberus Assembly member and succeeded, along with the help of some ancestors of Anion, distracting the annex. The party was able to defeat him. Took his body from the alley so as not to raise any suspicions, and began to go on the hunt for Kor's body. Where we pick up today, the group was split up. I would say, because we are missing a couple players who were here last time, I think what we could say is Anion and Cadence are in the city near the library. Tara's canine familiar picked up on the scent of blood, while Sel and Crane back on the Crimson Zodiac after Starosta Zezbach came to talk to Crane about somebody speak to the dead. So that is where we'll pick up, is with the group split up here. Let's start with, because you guys are out in Hupperduke right now, let's start with Cadence and Anion and what you guys are doing. And let me change the vibe up a little here. Let's get a little more Hupperduke feel to things. All right, Cadence and Anion, Tara's familiar picked up on some blood and is kind of on that trail. I'll keep it light on the roleplay for Tara since he is not with us here today. But so that you guys still have that trail and can use that familiar, we'll say he's there with you in the streets of Hupperduke.
And if I remember correctly, it was the familiar, Anion, and I, and we were going around, and I was using locate object to try and find I believe it was a bracelet that Kors had and that I knew that he always wore. So we were kind of just scoping along now with a blood scent to try and see if we could locate the body.
Okay, got it. All right. So I would say that Tara's familiar picks up on the scent, and Tara kind of sends him off down that trail. And if you guys follow, then the familiar quickly runs through the streets, having to dodge a little bit. We're here in Hupperduke on the lower shelf. There's a little bit of dodging and weaving in between carts and things stored here. But I would say if both of you want to roll, let's just call it, for the sake of this, a general investigation check. and this is going to just represent your guys' side group along with the dog being able to find where they're going.
Wow. Very middle of the road. I got a 10.
10, okay.
I got an 18.
An 18, okay, got it. So a little better. So I would say after about 2 or 3 blocks, the familiar loses track of the scent. They go back and forth a bit, but once you get to an alleyway that is between 2 warehouses, one of them looking a lot more dilapidated, that the familiar loses track of the blood scent. With an 18, I'll say that Cadence, what you pick up on is that this, you kind of look through the windows here, this seems to be on the inside a pretty old and dilapidated, unused building. Beyond that, that's kind of what you see inside. Is very dusty shelves. Looks like old boxes. You can see some cobwebs. It doesn't look like it's very used.
Can I tell at all whether the dog seems like it is confused that it has lost the scent, or if it feels like there's a concentration here and it just doesn't know where to go from here? Is that anything I can depict at all?
Yeah, I would say with an 18, just to represent your guys, what you're picking up here, that I would say the familiar seems a little confused. Okay. Particularly because the trail seems to end at a wall.
Okay. I'm going to look to Anion and say, well... Oh, just to clarify too, a wall of the dilapidated building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Look to Anion and say, well... Oh, actually, sorry, I keep starting to talk and then not saying anything. What is my locate object giving? Am I sensing anything in this? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nothing yet.
Then I will make note of where we're at and look at Anion and say, I think that we might need to come back with the rest of the group at another time and do a little bit more searching to see if we can see what goes from here.
I could just smash the wall.
Well, my thought, if this ends at a wall here, I don't know if perhaps I'm being suspicious, but given the circumstances of everything that's happened, I wonder if maybe there's some things here that we're not entirely seeing. And if that is the case, though I may be overly cautious, we might find ourselves a little bit closer to cores than we mean to if we continue by ourselves. I know that as time goes on, the blood scent won't get any stronger, but I feel like this is a good thing for the day, and I myself am not a super good investigator of things, and it might be worth having some information from some other people here too to kind of give their 2 cents before we find ourselves in a situation where no one knows where we are and we're stuck and injured, God forbid.
You just see Anion put his battle axe back.
I want them to, but I think that while our mission is one of the heart, we have to use our brains here a bit too. And right now, no one knows where we are. We took off on a random scent, and I certainly wouldn't have wandered over here by myself thinking this is the way that course could have gone. I've done enough things to know that I may be outmatched for something that we find if we do come across some things here that I don't understand. And it might be better to have at least Cell, because I mean, we've taken some tumbles and he has pulled me back more times than I thought he would have, that little guy. So
all right, well, if getting everybody else is what you feel is we need to do, then I will respect your wishes.
Thank Thank you.
So there's nowhere to like look into from where we're at.
Oh no, there's windows. Yeah. There's windows in the alley. It's they're kind of smudgy and really dusty, but you can look in and see. If you want to roll a perception check, yeah, absolutely.
I would like to roll a stealth check first.
Oh, sure. Want to sneakily look in? Sure.
Yeah. That is... Where's my stealth? That is a 16.
A 16? Not bad for a Minotaur. Okay.
Surprisingly, I have a +1.
Got it.
And then, yeah, I'd like to try to, as incognito as possible, look through one of the windows.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and roll a perception check for that.
I need to turn on the light. This is impossible to see. Oh. That's a 3.
3, not a ton. The windows are super smudged, and you can see it is the middle of the night, so you wouldn't necessarily expect people to be in the warehouses anyways, especially because most of the gnomes live on the upper shelf. But it looks fairly empty. The only thing I would say that you see that's different is that it does look to be specifically gear. They're making specifically gears. Gearworks in there. It looked like there may be some small gears left on some of the shelves, and there seems to be a large metal press of some sort where you can see that that's like a mold for gears. Besides that, you don't see much though.
All right, let us away. I have gleaned nothing.
Okay. So Terra, Cadence, and Anion head back to the Crimson Zodiac at the Skyport there. And it is the middle of the night here, but this is the town of Hupperduke, so you guys can hear the rowdy music, and every now and then you see fly up in the sky as fireworks go off, as the rest of the gnomish workforce celebrates as they do every night. Cell and Crane, as we go back to you guys over here at the Skyport, let's change the vibe back up a little bit. You guys are, I would say that Crane, you're just finishing up with your discussion with the Starosta. She head in to go talk to Captain Larazondo, and we'll say, Cell, you kind of come back up the stairs from the rooms to the deck here and see Crane, Schley, kind of looking tired, heading down. But you see him, and you guys are here on the deck of the Crimson Zodiac if you'd like to do anything.
If I remember right, she told us it would probably be safest if we left, huh?
She was going to give you guys an address, but she did say you guys have gotten your foot in it, for sure. It would probably be safest if you left. And she kind of, said, I'll help you find somebody with Speak with Dead, but don't ask me for any more favors if they involve the assembly.
Okay. Well, did she give us an address?
Yeah, she just sent you guys a slip of paper. This would be on the upper shelf. You recognize enough from the little bit of addresses that you know here on Hupperduke. But it is just a simple address that you'd be able to find.
Well, Cell, how do you want to move this body?
It is late at night, correct?
Yes, we're kind of in the middle of the night right now. You guys did request a cart, so I would say at this point a cart has gotten there.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easier.
Yeah, I would say since, it's late at night, just hunker down on the ship for today, and then in the morning go to that address and see what we can get going on.
I think that's a safe bet. I kind of got my ass kicked earlier, so.
Yeah, and especially with getting the vibes that we do need to be out of here quick. We should do that. Just wait one more night, see what we can do with the body, and then go from there, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
All right. Yeah, I'll just help Crane with the cart back to the ship if that's what we want to do.
Yeah. Easy enough. By the time you guys get done, Anion, Cadence, and Terra would have returned by that point.
I'm going to relay to them, I guess, any information that Sorosa gave us about the address so we can speak with Dad. And then that she said if we're messing with the assembly, it's probably safest if we get out of here.
Similarly, I will relay what we found following the blood scent from from Tara's familiar, and also mention that despite what the Sorosta says, I feel like it might be worthwhile to maybe go back to the bar we've been frequenting. I've made a friend or two there, and maybe ask them about this building that the blood led to. See if we could find out more about it that way. I know we want to leave, but we also did discuss as a group not wanting to leave behind Korza's body.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And me and Sel discussed staying another night anyway.
Perfect. Well, then, no one has to accompany me, but I think I'll be finding myself and see if I can talk to my dwarvish lady friend and see if she can tell me anything about that building.
I'll accompany.
Fantastic. And I look to Anion and Sel.
Yep, I'll come too.
Sure, why not?
Tara, you can't really eat or drink anything, so why don't you stay?
Just gives a nod and goes and sits on the deck. And with Schley and Malice resting down in the deck, the four of you guys head back to the Blushing Tankard, switching back very quickly to the Upper Duke vibes as you get to the familiar bar that you all have now been to a few times. And takes a few minutes to get there. You get to the lifts, as you go up and get to the top. Still, despite the late hour, there are still quite a few gnomes partying. It is almost like a miniature gnomish Mardi Gras here. And despite there being partying, it does seem to be mostly friendly. There doesn't seem to be a lot of brawls or arguments going on. Everybody seems to be in good spirits for the most part. And you travel through and get to the Blushing Tankard that is full to the brim. There is a band playing, people still drinking, all of the features of the busiest version of this tavern.
I will kind of pull my hood up and go and try and find a peaceful little table, or peaceful and given the context of the bustling environment around us.
Sure, I would say not peaceful. Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily be peaceful, but you do find a table. There's still drinks and some food on it, but it is empty currently. If you wanted to shuffle those to the side.
Sure, perfect.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
You guys sit down, and after probably about 5 minutes or so, there is a gnomish a gnomish server who comes by and asks for drink orders. Anything you'd like tonight?
Can I get a mug of water and whatever you have on special for dinner tonight?
Sure. I'm looking under the script. Anybody else?
I would also like the special for dinner and a mug of ale.
Water.
2, please.
Specials or drinks?
All of the above.
Okay, got it. So we got, all right. And does some calculating in his head. If everybody is getting food and 3 of you are getting ale, 2 of you, or 1 of you a double, we'll call that 2 gold pieces.
I flip one of the gold in.
I'll flip the other one in.
Okay. Oh. Perfect. I'll be back in a few. And he heads off. Leaves you guys at the table.
managed to find my coin purse, guys.
Oh yeah, where did it go off to?
Well, actually, surprisingly enough, it was a little kanku that ran off with it.
That's those bird things?
Yeah, like kind of crow-ish looking.
Oh. And it just took it?
Yeah. Quick.
Yeah, I remember that. Didn't you get pickpocketed?
Yep.
Wow.
And you got it all back.
Got it all back.
Hell yeah.
What did you do to the
Must
thing?
I shot at her.
Oh.
She got real lucky. Followed her home. Yeah, she was it was a child. Would have felt really bad.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was a whole situation. Yeah, but I got my coin purse back.
That's good.
Really happy I didn't hit her with the bullet. So.
Yeah. Hearing about this girl makes me think about myself as a child. Glad you didn't kill her too. She might go off
somewhere or
to...
another, you know? Like, you can't be doing that, or it's bad business.
Right.
Well, I mean, and then Caden's kind of like throws her hands a little bit and kind of gestures to her attire where she's dressed as a revelry pirate. She's just like, well, I mean, if you're good enough at it.
This is true, yeah.
Might have to stop by her house on the way out if we, don't get killed first.
Oh, she was good at it. She took 2 more coin purses while I followed her.
Oh, phenomenal. And was she by herself at her home? Normally...
living with a gnome. Her name was Kiri, but I can't remember his name.
Jake Sully.
Jake Sully.
No. That was what I got completely wrong. As you guys are talking, the server comes with 3 ales of water and 6 of the... it's actually a meat of some sort. It looks kind of chicken-like, but the pieces are bigger, almost like steak-sized chicken breast-looking cuts of meat, along with some like mashed tubers that are there, and puts all this in front of you guys.
Can I do a perception check or an investigation check to see if Irina's around?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and roll the perception for that.
And then while she's doing that, I'm just gonna. I haven't eaten in a while, so you just start seeing Cell. Just go to town. Yeah.
Nice.
So I do have an inspiration marked. Can I roll again, please?
Yeah, I let you guys use inspiration as luck.
Beautiful. Okay, because I definitely got a 5 on that first one. So let's try that again. Yeah, not much better. I got an 8.
An 8? Okay. Doesn't look like she's out tonight. The bar is super busy, so she might be back behind the bar, behind some of the taller patrons, because she's dwarvish. But don't currently see her.
Okay. I'm gonna choose to eat my meal and talk with the group before I go looking a bit further. So you guys just kind of see my head pop up and kind of look expectantly, and I don't really see anything, so I just kind of pop back down.
So this warehouse, you said Terrace Familiar took you guys there?
Correct. It looked like it was following some blood. It seemed to end at a wall of this old, dilapidated warehouse of sorts. Given, obviously, how quickly things turned when Kors went to go talk to this person himself, I figured that Anion and I should probably return back and do a little bit more recon before pursuing. Especially without you guys, it might be a little rough to make it back, and if no one knew where we were, then there'd be 3 bodies you're looking for.
Yeah, that would just be snowballing. Things would just be getting worse.
Yes.
So you guys weren't able to find anything out about the warehouse at all, other than, I think it was, you said Gears? It's Gears, huh?
Yeah.
Did it look abandoned?
I didn't see anyone, so
Yes.
for the day.
From what I could tell, it looked like the windows were a bit smudged up, when dust and soot kind of settle for a while, and then it looked like just really unkept. You know, the people around here, they are really hard workers and they're really hard partiers, and this one seemed like it hadn't been a commission for a little bit. So, you know, obviously that caused some pause too, of what might actually be going on there, and that might just be hidden by this relatively inconspicuous warehouse setting.
Did it happen to have a name?
That's a really good question.
Not that you guys saw.
Not that I saw. I didn't see any sort of signs of the sort. We only really figured it was a warehouse, judging by what we saw through the windows and the district it's in. I'm hoping, and I kind of lean up out of my seat a little bit again, trying to lengthen myself to see if I see her again. Hoping I can find Irina, and she might be able to tell us a little more.
You go ahead and roll another perception check.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna cast guidance.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. And so that's a D4?
Yeah. See, I'll be eating and you see me like cast it and then go right back to eating.
I like to think that if you have a somatic component, you do it with food in your mouth, and it just kind of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
So then that gives me, thank you very much for that, Sal. That gives me an 18.
Much better. So you see her coming out of the kitchen. It looks like she is coming back and forth between the bar and the kitchen back there, and was probably why you didn't see her before. But you see that she is at least here and working.
Okay. I see her there. She looks a little busy. Might give her a moment before I bother her. But that's promising. She seemed to be pretty well settled in here, so she'll probably have something at least.
And after a few minutes, she gets a little less busy. You spot a moment where you can go speak to her.
Okay. Because I am a decently charismatic bard, I would like to kind of go up, and if she's if she has like multiple dishes or whatever that she's trying to carry back or something, I might try and slyly pick some up for her and kind of walk behind her to kind of be like, I'm going to help you with this.
Yeah, she sees you, looks back and gives a smile and a nod and just lets you help.
Okay. In the setting where we're at, are we moving more towards a quiet area, or are we still like right on the bar line?
Right on the bar line, but she was grabbing some place to take to a table over by where you guys are at. So by the time you drop them off, you are back over by the group.
Beautiful. I will toss her. No, I won't. I romanced her. I don't need to pay her to talk to me. Hopefully, we'll see. I will kind of, flirtily pull her to our table for a sec and be like, "Hi, I had a quick question for you, if you wouldn't mind."
Sure. You all look like a group who needs something besides ale in a tavern.
Always. There's this little spot that I wandered upon, and I explain where the warehouse is and stuff. I'm like, it looked like there were a bunch of gears and stuff. I was really surprised that it doesn't seem to be in commission, given the hustle and bustle in the city.
Yeah, she gets a confused look on her face. I don't know if it's specifically, but if there was... it can't be abandoned. If you have something down in the lower shelf, you're required to use it. Otherwise, the city will step in and take it and sell it to somebody who will. They'd give you money for it, but they need to keep things as efficient as possible down there. Somebody has to be making something if the building's there and not being used for something else. Change over to another business could take just a matter of days with the gnomes. You've seen how efficient some of them can be.
Absolutely. And given the structure of the city, I don't know if it runs the same as some others. Is any of that information some sort of public records that might be kept in the library, or is that all just in permitting offices?
Permitting offices, mostly. It's going to be filed away somewhere.
Hmm.
If you have a connection with the government, they might be able to find something for you. But those aren't handed out very lightly around here.
Well, thank you. I truly appreciate. It was such a stark difference to me than all of the vibrancy that I saw around it, and so it really piqued my interest. Well, it does seem like you're quite busy, so I don't want to keep you too long. But we are going to be in town for a couple of days, potentially, still. And we're off at the Skyport, so if you find yourself having any free time, feel free to stop on by.
She just laughs. Free time. Gives you a wink and gets up and says, if you need anything, please let me know.
The same to you. Then I will wait till she walks away at earshot and look at the group and say, so it seems we must talk to the Shrosta about this.
She's with Larazondo right now.
Even better. Even better. Well, then whenever you guys are ready and I've had a nice meal and I feel a bit more confident in our next steps in searching for cores, so I'll stay out as long as you guys do to watch your guys' back, but otherwise I think it's important that we talk to the Shrosta and find out. That might give us some more details as to who did this to cores.
I smash my drink and immediately stand up and get ready to leave.
You see the chair across the floor as Anion stands up.
That was a really good chair noise.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
We're ready to go?
Yeah, I'll be rushed a little bit. I'll finish all the rest of my food and then slam my drink too.
I was
I'll give a big belt.
2 stews and 2 drinks. Beautiful.
Sorry, good.
I was gonna say I'll find a spare napkin or something and write a little, just a little cutesy flirty note to Irina and leave it on the table.
Okay. All right. So with full bellies and some of you having some drinks at least, you head back to the Crimson Zodiac, and it is at this point getting to be probably close to morning. The sun is not up yet, but you guys get that feeling of it being late and everybody being very tired. But you do make it back to the deck of the Crimson Zodiac here in the Skyport. As you get on the deck, you see that Captain Larazondo's door is still closed, but not sure if the Stros is still here or not.
My gut feeling is telling me she's in that room. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I'll let you go interrupt that.
And no one else seems to be up and about. Everyone else on the ship is sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just go give a quick little rap on the door.
Almost immediately after the knock, you hear as the door opens and cracks, and you can see them both sitting and speaking to each other. It seems that the Starosta is on a chair, while Captain Larazondo sits across in his bed. And haven't been in here before. It's very short. As you knock, it's a small door, so you kind of have to bend over to look in a little bit. But you see a very nice, it's almost kind of a mix of a very basic bed that you'd find on a ship that has just been made more ornate. It is actually hanging off the wall by chains, so it's kind of a flat piece of wood that is ornately carved, but is chained to the wall without support from the bed. Captain Larazondo seems to be standing up as you walk in. Yes, Cadence.
Hi, this is actually perfect. We were hoping to talk to one or both of you, so this is just kind of 2 peas in 1 pod. Madam Starosta, I know we've been tugging at your ear for the time that we've been here, and I appreciate all you've done for us. Um, and I wonder if you could potentially help with another query we have.
I will be what help I can.
Well, and I explain again the location of the warehouse and say, and it's my understanding that businesses on the lower shelves need to be productive to some extent or they'll get turned over. And this one seemed like it had been decommissioned to some extent. I was wondering if we could get any information as to who might own it and what might its purpose be.
You see her kind of considering trying to recollect anything she can think of, and says, there are a handful of fabricators in the lower shelf that we always have on the edge of taking over their building. There are some that make just enough. They're usually very specialized people who will come in and work for just a bit of time rather than use the building as much as they should, really. Based on your description, I do know of one. It is two gnomish brothers. They make specialized gears for the lifts. They've been given a bit of leeway because of that. I don't know much about them, but I could likely grant you access, at least. Official channels might not be a great way to go, but what do you need? What would you like help with here?
Well, you know of our friend Kors. We have reason to believe that within the building might hold some evidence as to what might have happened to him, but more specifically where his body might be. And as a group, and I kind of gesture to all of us there, or whoever's at least willing to be in the doorway with me, and say, we felt very strongly about wanting to take him back with us.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
$17.
Okay. I could send a couple of guards with you and say that you need to get into the building. But that is the most I'd want to do. I would prefer that this be kept to lower levels of authority and my name not be brought into the authority, or brought in as the authority allowing the search.
Understandable.
That is the most I could offer.
Are you saying that we would be better off sneaking in?
That would be a terrible thing for a Starosta to suggest. Especially given that the building, if it's the one I'm thinking, usually they do not get started until the afternoon. So it would be very remiss of me to suggest that.
Well, why don't we put a pause on those potential guards, and that might be the end of that. And I gesture at the group, being like, "Okay, I guess we're gonna do it your guys' way."
Yes, let us go. Totally not sneak in.
She gives a big smile when she sees Anion say that. Yes, I imagine it'll be very subtle.
If we're going to go sneak in, I'm going to use my last spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
It's alright. It's not the best I've ever had.
Would I have done a long rest from that last session by chance or no? Because
I would say, yeah,
too long.
based on where
Okay.
you were, yeah. There's been long
Okay.
rests since the last time you were here, for so you can
All right,
mark a
perfect.
rest
Okay.
because you weren't in the fights, the last fight with the annex.
Lirzando, do we have any stores of healing potions on the ship?
We don't have any stores. He opens up a drawer. I have these, and hands you 2 healing potions.
Fantastic. And I will pocket those for the time being, for the sake of distribution if we shall need. Is
Sorry.
it possible?
What was
Sorry,
the
go
last
ahead.
thing that you had said? I didn't quite hear what you'd said.
Oh, sorry. I said I will pocket those in case they need to be distributed as we're going about stuff. So I'm not like claiming them, but I'm just having them on my person so that way if when we get into a situation, unless anyone would like one right now.
No, I think I'll be all right for a minute.
Okay. Do we potentially have time either through the stuff that we have done or through this to have taken a short rest?
I would say not yet because you guys are moving through a city and then at the tavern. You certainly could take one. It's not sunny. It's not quite morning yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say we're probably at about like 3:30 range. So there's certainly time to do that if you'd like, but not at this point.
Mm-hmm. Would you all be okay with taking an hour short rest?
What time does the sun start coming up in Humperduke?
In Humperduke, it's fall. I would say probably about 5 a.m. or so.
I see where you're getting at. You want to have some darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
I mean, they don't start till the afternoon.
Yeah, so what the sorcerer was saying is they don't usually start until later. Yeah. She called out noon specifically.
I'm cool with a short rest.
Cool. I'm just at half hit points. And so I'd like to have a little bit of a bolster.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I was not doing well just a second ago before.
I'm glad you're doing well.
I'm surprised we were all. I'm surprised I was running around with everybody. To be honest with you.
Oh, geez, Louise. Okay.
And to that point, because you guys decided to short rest right after you healed yourself, if you wanted to pull that spell slot back, that's fine. I wouldn't.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
For casting a spell before deciding to short rest, or a healing spell before deciding to short rest.
Thank you. No, it wasn't me, but good call. I appreciate you.
I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Totally.
Okay. So then can we go ahead and mark a short rest?
Yeah, if you guys want, you can take an hour here, and you guys can short rest on the Crimson Zodiac before heading back out.
Okay, let's see. That gave me.
And then tell me.
Does anybody need some big heals before the short rest? Because I could probably burn 1 or 2 before.
Let me see what I've got. I've got all my hit die right now. So let me take a look and see what I can come up with.
Yeah, I'm good. I managed to heal up.
I also got full health out of that. Managed to save a hit die.
Nice. All right. Well, then, as you guys rest and kind of patch up some wounds from the last fight, you get to about, let's see, so we're at a short rest where we're at. We're probably about between 4 and 4:30 in the morning here. Sun's not quite out yet, but you're starting to get that just a little bit of gray in the sky as you all get ready to head out. Anybody want to do anything before that, or are you just going for the warehouse?
Unless I already, or just for the sake of upkeep, I went ahead and replaced any of the cartridges in my Crimson Zodiac items that need those replacements.
For sure. Everybody can do that if they have not.
Cool. Also, thank you, Sel, but I have been able to also heal myself fully without, or with also sparing one hit die. So
All good. Don't worry about it.
I might take you up on that later, though.
Just let me know when.
Okay.
Okay. So as you guys head out, you follow the familiar path near the library, but about 3 blocks off to where you picked up the trail. And following where Terra's familiar went, you guys make your way to the abandoned looking warehouse, at least. And it's fairly quiet, and it doesn't seem like it has started. I would say on your way there, you do see a handful, we'll say 3 or 4 gnomes who were outside of some of the larger, more bustly warehouses that you've seen during the day that were starting to get things started, starting to get the day started, get machines going, get the bears and axe beaks connected to the carts, simple things like that. But it is not the full bustle down here on the lower shelf yet. You guys stand outside. What would you like to do?
Does it still seem like it's pretty dead inside?
Go ahead and roll a perception check outside the window here.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. Okay. There we go. So with a dirty 20, you look in. You don't see any movement inside. You can see the large machine that Anion and Cadence had seen before. Looks like it might have that gear shape in it. Super grimy. I would say, though, with a dirty 20, you do see that there are footprints in the dust on the ground. And alongside one of the sets of footprints, there is what looks to be not steps, but something was dragged along the dirt. Or excuse me, dust.
How tall is the building?
The building itself is, in most of the building, it's 2 stories. It looks like on the back corner, there might be a little added on, not even a full story, but like an extra storage room or something at the top.
Does it look like there's like any doors up there? Like on the second floor that go out to any balconies or anything?
Nothing that goes out to balconies on the second floor. No, there are other windows, but no balconies.
How loud are our grappling hooks?
They're not that loud. Pretty quiet.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to go up. And I'm just going to kind of shoot my grappling hook up at the second story if I can.
Sure. Yeah, easy enough. I would say anybody who wants to grapple hook up to the second story, go ahead and roll an attack roll with the crossbow. It's a little, or rather, I roll an attack roll with the bracer, but it should be listed in there as a little grappling bracer crossbow.
That's a 14.
Okay. That is enough to get up. Everybody sees Crane and get up to the second floor. No problem.
So I'm going to stay down here. I got a 6.
A 6. Okay, got it. Yeah, you shoot it and it just falls, clatters to the ground. You can retract it if you'd like and make another shot the attacks side of it is mostly relevant in combat.
What's that one? Oh, that's a 19.
19, that time does it. You guys see Anion needing a little practice with the grappling bracer, but eventually get there on the second one.
I'm sorry. What did you say to roll for that?
There should be with the item in your attacks. There should be a grappling bracer option. It should essentially have crossbow stats.
Okay, beautiful. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, I got a 14.
14. That's enough to get up as well.
Okay.
Sal's gonna see everybody go and be like, "Well, I guess I'll be the lookout." And I'll just stand to the side and be like, "Yep, okay."
All right, Cell staying down. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
That is a 22.
22, really nice. Okay, got it. You do see that across the way, especially after Anion had shot up, there was a little bit of metal clanging as the hook came down and hit on the ground. There does seem to be a gnome across the street in the same alley, but across the street, essentially, different building, kind of doing a little bit of a looky-loo. Just wondering what's going on. It seems odd. They don't seem to be moving closer or anything, but they're looking out at least.
I can see him though, correct?
Yeah, you can see him. Mm-hmm.
I was like, sorry, I had a misfire, and then just like kind of walk the other way.
They just have a weird look on their face. On that one, just give me like a general charisma check.
Okay.
See how much they're just like fine with that vibe. Delivery is really important on that one.
23.
23, very nice. There you go. Oh, right. Yeah, misfire. Makes sense. He keeps walking like he kind of had that look on his face like, yeah, I don't want to seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. Misfire, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Do I see that happening?
I would say you guys are probably going and looking at the other stuff if that was your goal getting up there. Yeah,
Okay.
The other guy was kind of street level, so he wouldn't have seen you. You might have heard Cell say something, but that's about it.
Okay.
Kip is also going to hang back with Cell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, easy enough. So, Cell, you have the metallic nine-tails creature with you there, the Steel Defender. All right, so Crane, Anion, and Cadence, the three of you are on the top of the second story here. What are you guys doing?
Not noticing the change in music.
I'll change the music.
Oh, that just sounds wicked.
I'm
pretty much just following Crane.
You're what?
I'm just following Crane.
Okay.
Is there any doors up here?
So now that you're up here, you can see there is a door to that little third story, or that extra room on top of the roof here. There is also a stairway down that you can see now that you're up here.
Oh, okay.
It does have it's essentially off of that small little building on the top of the roof. There is another door that's kind of off of that, and you can see that it looks like it descends like stairs.
Well, I would like to stealthily make my way down the stairs.
Okay. There is a door before that.
Okay.
You can just tell by the shape that it kind of descends. You get up to it and kind of jiggle the handle. It's locked.
Okay. I would like to try to open it with these tools.
Okay, absolutely. Also, you said you were going to try and do that stealthily, so go ahead and roll a stealth check as well to see how stealthy you were.
Well, thank God for the boots of Elvenkind. That's a dirty 20.
Shit, nice. Yeah, super stealthy. And then go ahead and do that thieves tool check. If you're proficient, you can. It's dexterity plus your proficiency for the roll. If you're not proficient, then just dexterity.
So I am proficient, so it's just like a dexterity check, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're also proficient in sleight of hand, you can just roll that as a shortcut. But yeah, otherwise your proficiency mod, your dex mod, those get added up and put on top of the roll.
Okay. That's a 15.
A 15. Okay. With a 15, you get in there and opens up. It doesn't seem to be a super difficult or secure lock, just kind of a standard one here. 15 is enough to open it. Kind of opens up a little.
All right. Well, it looks like we're in, guys. And I'm just going to kind of cronk my way from Emperor's New Groove down the stairs.
Yes. Okay, got it. Are Cadence and Anion... Oh, I think actually Cadence stepped away. Anion, at least, are you trying to be stealthy?
I am.
Go ahead and roll that stealth check.
Emphasis on the trying. I certainly think I'm stealthy with that big 6 I just got.
A 6. Ouch. Okay. Crane, you're cronking down the stairs and you hear what he does is he's moving very quietly, but when he gets to the door and pushes it open a little bit further for his frame, the door just kind of opens and just poof, hits the wall kind of loud.
Just going to give him just a big loud sigh.
I whisper as quietly as I can, subterfuge is not my expertise.
Then why did you come to the roof with the sneaky people? And I'm going to pat him on the head.
How? You're very short.
Because I'm trying
and
to
you're
be stealthy,
downstairs
so I'm
from
like
him.
crouched down.
And I'm downstairs.
Okay.
And then Cadence, go ahead and do a stealth check also. Now that you're back.
Okay. Is it really warranted after the 6? But I will do it. Okay. I got an 8.
An 8.
So
Okay. That's 2 fails. Got it.
yeah. I wasn't trying to be as quiet after I heard Anion sing, so I was like, okay. At least that's what I'm saying to justify this dice roll.
Okay, got it. All right, so the 3 of you head down the stairs and you get to the second floor, and it seems that the second floor here is more of a workshop in the sense that there's some workbenches. It looks like a lot of tinkering happens in here. There's various tools of different varieties, goggles, glasses, some goggles that seem to have like different lenses on them, some of different colors, some of different size. There are even some like alchemy components up here as well. It looks super scattered. You see some schematics on the wall. It doesn't seem organized much at all, and a lot of dust on everything. But you make it here into this second floor area. I would say based on the size of the building, you can see this doesn't take up the full second story, but probably about a third or so of it.
And to clarify, this was what was through the original door?
No, you guys were on the roof and there was kind of a stairway down.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. Okay.
I'm trying to stealthily make my way to where I saw those drag marks.
Okay. That would be down on the first floor. So you would have to find the way to get down there from here. If you want to roll an investigation check, it's not a super high DC, just to walk around and see if you can find them.
And in Anion's shame, he's hanging way back.
Okay. Just kind of slowly tiptoeing.
Yep.
I got an 18 on the investigation.
Okay. So with an 18 investigation, you can find the stairs, no problem. Absolutely. You have to go through to another room that looks like it has like it's set up with a bed, like a bedroll in the corner, and is maybe like a makeshift sleeping area. But going through that room, you find that there's some stairs there. Easy enough. So if you want to go down, you can. Are Cadence and Annie, are you guys staying up here or going down with?
Before I head down with him, or around with him, I guess, rather, to go to the sleeping area and then downstairs, I'd like to briefly take a look at these schematics and see if they, to see what they are, but especially because Sarosta had mentioned that she believed this warehouse, by my description, to be the one of the two brothers that work on the lifts, and see if that seems to match with the schematics I'm seeing.
Okay. I would say roll investigation check also for that. Kind of a separate type, but
21.
21. Okay, got it. It does seem to match. It seems mostly in terms of like there's a specific way to manufacture the teeth that they almost have like a secondary gear notch that extends out like a half inch. It's a very specific way to do it, but you have to cool it in a certain way and then but not let it be too cold. And yeah, it absolutely matches.
Okay. Then I will take mental note of that and then continue on with Crane.
Okay. What about Anion?
I'm like I said, I'm definitely hanging back, but I will go with them.
Okay, got it. So the three of you then head down to the first floor and get to the area where you saw the drag marks. Easy enough to find, having seen it through the window. Sel, I would say at this point for you, you see that there are people approaching from inside the warehouse across the street. You see the same guy from before who sees them coming, and he kind of looks and he straightens up, and it looks like this is the boss maybe who's walking out here, and starts walking, and he kind of is looking up at the top of the building as he walks out of the one from across the street.
Oh, fuck.
Does he doesn't see me or anything like that, right?
I would say he's not looking at you. You're not sure if he's seen you, but he's not looking at you. He's more looking up at the top of the building.
Okay. I guess I would just kind of make myself like come out in the open and kind of make sure he can see me, but then I'll just be petting Crane's little guy. Just
okay.
Not trying to be a distraction, but like just be like, hey, type of thing, I guess.
Yeah, he turns and looks over at you. What? Who are you? What's going on here? Are you involved with whoever's up on the roof?
Oh no, I'm just here playing with my dog. Then I saw one of your buddies and just said hi and whatnot. But yeah, just hanging out.
A goblin just hanging out. Copperduke. First off, go ahead and roll a deception check.
Nothing going on here. That's a 12.
A 12. Wow. Goblin. What do you know of the people on the roof then?
There's people on the roof? I didn't know any of that stuff. I'm just out here with my dog.
And he turns to the person who was out here who you had talked to before, and Resin, go get the guard.
Shit.
Yes, sir. And he kind of sets the broom down. That he was just trying to look busy, he's like sweeping, but like watching what was going on, not actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. And drops it and starts to walk off.
Well,
Fuck.
I guess with that, I was like if I'm not supposed to be here, I'll for sure leave if that's what you want me to do.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, and then see what he says, and then go from there. Let's see.
No, he actually says, "No, I think you should stay here till the guard gets here." You and your...
I'm not in any trouble or anything like that. And as I'm like talking to him, I'm kind of like raising my voice to hopefully get the attention to everyone inside.
Okay.
Ooh, good idea.
Interesting. Nice. Very nice. I would say everybody inside, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Come on, guys, hear me!
I'm really glad I'm not playing my deaf character today.
I got a 19.
I got an 11.
11. Okay.
I got an 18.
18. So all of you would be able to hear it then. You hear Cell raising his voice outside.
Okay. Fuck.
And we'll say the three of you are in here with the drag marks now down on the first floor.
Ugh. Can we see where they end from here?
It looks like they move through this main floor. This bottom story is most of the building on the bottom here area. It's not separated, except for it looks like in the back corner, there are a couple of walls. It looks like the drag marks head off that direction.
Okay. We're so close. I look to Crane and Anion and see what they're thinking.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self and make myself look like a gnome if I can.
Okay.
Ooh.
You definitely can.
And then I guess you guys look around in here, and I'll see if I can handle what's going on out there.
Okay. I am also going to, while he's doing that, I'm going to start scattering some of the, just kind of in a whirlwindy motion, scattering some of the grime on the floor that had our footprints in addition to the footprints of whoever was dragging something, and if I see like a broom or literally anything, I just kind of like try and scatter it all just so that way it's not like, oh wow, there are 3 people following prints in this direction.
Okay. So you're doing that behind you. All right. So with that, then let's do Crane. You are now a gnome. What kind of vibe are you giving yourself in terms of outfit and how you look?
I'm gonna have like a hard hat on, nice coat. I want to look like I'm professional,
Hell yeah.
Well,
I love it.
I'm gonna grab a clipboard kind of on my way out if there's one sitting there.
Okay. I would say passive investigation enough is to find a clipboard in here. You find the clipboard and walk out. You get to the door. The door is locked, but there are latches on the inside that you can grab and open. You push open the door and see Cell talking to a gnome who not wearing a hard hat, but looks like they're professional. They're doing business. They're out kind of looking at things, and they see you walk out. Cell, you see a gnome who you've never seen before walk out of the building.
like, geez. Yeah, like I was telling your other gnome buddy here, I was just on my way out of here with my dog.
Could you guys keep it down in here? We're trying to test some new equipment. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. That's a cool looking dog, by the way, man.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I dig the 9-tailed look to it.
And the other gnome kind of gets really just a very questioning look on his face.
I'm gonna raise my wrist. We're testing new equipment and show him the grappling hook. Cleaning the windows. I mean, if you haven't seen these windows, man, they're grimy. So I thought we'd bring somebody in early before everybody showed up. We clean the windows.
Go ahead and go deception with advantage on this one.
Lovely.
It's a pretty good ruse.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice. Yeah. Right. Narzo mentioned bringing somebody in, new faces we might see. I guess that's fine. A little weird to be working with goblins. It kind of points over to Cell.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, right.
When he says that, I'm gonna speak back to him in Gnomish and be like, "What's wrong with goblins?"
He speaks back in Gnomish. Mostly the murder and the pillaging.
Well, I'm actually one of the good gnome or good goblins, so I get that. But like I said, I'll be on my way. And sorry if I interrupted or anything like that. I know before you said you didn't want me to leave until the guard got here, but I don't think that's really necessary. I could just be on my way if that's okay.
All right, one more persuasion check here.
I don't speak Gnomish, so I'm just gonna smile at both of them and nod.
I love it.
That's perfect.
Oh no! I rolled a 7.
Ooh. No. We'll let them get to their window cleaning, but I think we need to ask the guard why a goblin's being allowed in the city.
Are you guys?
And
still
just say
speaking
that in
Gnomish?
common. Yeah, he
Oh.
says that in common.
Okay, back in
Listen,
common.
man,
Okay.
I'm gonna speak up and say, listen, man, I don't think this guy's causing any problems. What was he doing over there? I don't have any problems with goblins, man. I don't know what your personal qualms are with goblins, but let's keep that out of this conversation, all right?
I was just out in the wrong part with my dog. I was playing fetch with him, and the ball got all the way over here, so I'm on my way.
All right, go ahead, Crane. Go persuasion at disadvantage because of the failure here. This is last effort.
Oh no!
At disadvantage? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a 6.
Oh,
No, it's fine. The guard will help us figure it out. If there's no issue here, then there's no problem bringing in the guard to make sure that's the case.
Oh yeah, of course. We will go back to our window cleaning.
Fantastic. We'll wait out here with the goblin.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thirsty, and I want to go to the bar if that's all right.
We got water in here, man. You want a drink?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's all right.
And he says, I'll wait here while the guard gets here. You keep him in there, and we'll sort this out.
You want to bring your dog in too? He looks.
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely. He's never leaving my side. I got this. And then kind of like see if he's okay to walk with me.
The guy, and as you guys are starting to walk away, he's just, the guards are on their way.
Okay.
Yeah, be sure to send him right to the front door. Tell him Jake Sully was the one that you were speaking to.
Full circle, full circle.
And he just kind of and goes, and he just kind of looks like he doesn't know what to do. He feels like he's been bested, but he wants to try and do something still. So he just kind of hangs out there, arms crossed, and just starts tapping his foot.
Is his name Karen by chance?
Yeah. While this was happening, Cadence and Anion, you guys were inside. What were you guys doing?
So I'm gonna kind of urge Anion and I to continue with the tracks again with do I find something to aid in my sweeping, or am I just using my hands and like scattering shit on the ground?
You're using your tail is pretty easy.
My tail's not very puffy, but I'll use kind of everything. I'll kind of like swish my feet and kind of just as we're going, just try and not to like clean the floor out, but just to kind of scatter the stuff so it's not clearly marks. And then urge Anion to continue towards the drag marks, at least until we're out of sight of the initial front room, in case somebody were to come in.
Yeah, I haven't been really given much direction, so I'll just follow the tracks as far as they go.
Yeah, easy enough to follow them. Go ahead, just give me a general survival check, as it gets a little harder to follow as you get further away from the front of the building.
Hey, I'm okay. No, I'm not. 10.
10.
Ew,
So,
6.
It takes.
Oh, sorry, you weren't asking for me.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer to find because you lose track of it here on the stone floor. With a 10, that is enough to succeed. It does just take a little bit longer in this case. So you do find that it goes back to the back wall, kind of where there's another room. It looks like there are a couple doors back there, but the dragging goes up to the wall. It just like goes up to the wall and stops. And I would say that as you guys discover this, you see Cell and Gnomish version of Crane come in.
And they just see me in front of the wall with my great axe.
So this, and I gesture at the wall, is what I was kind of worried about when we came here the first time. The blood scent that Tara's familiar found seemed to end at the wall too. I'm assuming there's some high-level magic here. I myself can't sense it other than in my gut, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm just poking the wall at this point. I'm just like trying to, as quietly as possible, scratch at it with my great axe.
Okay.
Waiting for somebody to give me approval to smash it.
Well, we're kind of pressed for time. They're getting the guard right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um.
With that, while I'm saying that, I'm kind of like barricading the door.
Okay.
I love it. Like, yeah, we're getting the guard as you're calmly putting things in front of the door.
As soon as he says we're pressed for time, you just see me rear back my axe and look at him.
What's wrong with the wall?
Trail stops here. Goes into the wall.
Does anyone have Dispel or anything that can...
When I was scratching
if we
the
had
wall,
10 minutes, I could deal with it, but I don't have 10 minutes.
I feel
when
that.
I was scratching the wall, was it actually making scratches?
Yeah, it was a physical wall. When you were tapping it, it was ding, ding.
It's a real wall. I can make it not be a wall.
Well,
It's going to be
it's
loud.
awfully thick.
Can
How do we want to do this?
I inspect around the wall to see if there's any like latches or anything? The
Sure.
opening?
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check.
Oh no, I got an 11.
An 11.
Oh, the dice were so generous to start this off.
There is a door around the other side that would lead into this kind of area, but you're not sure the state of that or anything.
I'll go check the door then real quick.
Yeah, fuck it. We don't have much time. Even if there's a trap or something, that might be our best bet.
Yeah,
Right.
While they're doing this, I am not moving.
Okay, just standing there.
I'm standing there waiting to be told that I can do it.
Just focusing on the wall, just an
Mhm.
intent stare at the wall. You're almost sure that the wall hurled an insult at you.
Yep. Until I'm told another way, I wish you looked on this wall.
Your horns
Got
are crooked.
wall.
I was
you
told
guys
not to break the wall last time. I won't break the wall this time.
got it. So you guys get around to the door, grab the handle. It's locked also locked as well.
I would like to try to pick that lock.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna cast guidance.
Oh no!
There was enough time. You got it before. Hey, I mean, you can try a D4 if you want to add.
Dude, it was a nat 1, so plus 5, I got 6 plus a D4.
Oh, so you go in with the thieves' tools,
Oh, I
and
broke
your
them?
pick breaks, and you can remove those thieves' tools from your inventory.
Oh,
That's okay. They're made out of magic anyway.
Oh, nice.
As soon as
Anion?
go for it.
Anion, what about this door?
Yeah, I was gonna say as soon as I see him fail, I kind of walk over and I just with one hand slap the knob of the door with my great axe.
Okay, going for the door. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead and for this, let's roll. We'll do an attack roll. Yeah, if you're going with the great X, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
That is an 18 plus where my great axe. Where is it? Who's owed?
What was it?
It was an 18 plus 6. So
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
and that is 12. You can find the one that says 12. That is an 8 plus 4.
So 12. Okay. So that is enough that you just you go and the door where the handle is kind of just splinters out. It doesn't look like it's a super sturdy door or anything, but it is enough that it breaks open, and you see into a room that is 3 walls. Well, I guess 4 walls, is including the one that the door's on currently. But you see 3 walls. This room does not look like it extends out to where the drag marks went in. It looks like it's shorter than the actual wall is, but you don't see any way to get into that one from here.
All right, well, and
Anion, break the wall.
I'm gonna hit the wall.
Okay, got it. For this one, how are you hitting the wall this time?
I mean, I don't have anything particularly bludgeoning, so I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and chop away at the wall.
Okay. What I would say for that is let's go ahead and do an athletics check to represent how long that'll take to get with the axe.
Can I give it bardic inspiration?
I'd say so. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Before the
So
room,
that's
you got
a
in before the wall.
D6.
Plus D6.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 19 plus 4 plus 6. That is 29.
29. According to wizards, a 30 is almost impossible. So with that, you guys see Anion get through the first door. You guys go in and give him the permission to do the second one, and rears back with this huge, just boom, and just with one hit, boom, shatters the rock into a hollow, empty room.
Fuck yeah.
That is behind it. And this room is not very big. It's probably about 15 by 15 feet. And there's a bunch of rocks that are now strewn in here. But off in the corner, there does seem to be a small trap door.
I'm running towards that trap door.
Well, I was going to say, I'm a little high off the breaking, so I kind of want to just smash the trapdoor as well.
I go to like lift it up and he goes.
Yeah, as like Caden starts to lift it up a little. It's not locked, it's just a trap door, but then the hammer comes down and just
We've made a lot of noise. We got to go.
Yeah, I figured at this point, like, we might as well make as much noise as we need to, because we have alerted people.
We have the sending stone to call Arizondo, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell? Do somebody want to call Arizondo and tell him to start flying this way?
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting air extracted out of here fast.
Straight up.
As you guys are doing this, anyone who looks behind you just sees me piling the stones back.
I love that. I'll call over to Larizondo and also mention that if the Starosta is still there with it, it would be lovely if she could somehow find a way to distract the guards that are supposed to be coming here with something more important or something, to buy us even more time potentially.
Sending is 25 words. So
okay, here we go. Are you ready for some creative Laura Bailey-like stuff?
Go for it.
Okay, are you going to count for me?
Huh? Oh, sure. Yeah.
Who wants? Okay. We are at warehouse. Need distraction for guards or ship save us. How many more do I have?
12.
Oh God. Okay. Damn. Have been found out close to finding body. Maybe. How more? 3 more?
3 more words.
Help, please. Thank you.
It says help, please, think. So.
Thanks. Help, please, thanks.
You hear back from Larizondo. Oh boy. Copy that. We'll be there in 15 minutes.
15?
15.
Oh God, I was like 50. Fuck.
15 minutes.
I gotta barricade these doors for a whole hour.
We'll be
Yeah,
there
they're in the middle of sex right now, so they need to finish up, get there. Okay, 15 minutes.
And that's it.
Cool. And just to clarify, because I was also trying to count words, I did also mention like to distract guards if possible.
You did say distractors, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I will relay that information back, and head down this dusty little chamber, I suppose.
Okay, got it. So as you all head into the trapdoor, there is a ladder that goes down, kind of a rickety wooden ladder. But you all climb down, and it's a pretty good descent. You end up going probably about 120 to 140 feet by your guys' estimations. And once you do, you are in a small cave-like tunnel. And I would say, who has dark vision in the group?
I do.
Me. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. Never
Not
mind.
me.
Okay. Sal, you got dark vision?
I am blind as a bat.
Blind as a bat. Got it. So, Crane and Cadence, you guys can see. Sel and Anion, it is dark down here, and you can't see shit.
I'm grabbing whoever and just never letting go.
Okay, got it.
I have the produce flame cantrip. Can I just kind of have it up in my hand to kind of act as like a little torch?
I would say you could make a torch with it, but because there are cantrips that specifically do that, I would say.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry, I clicked it. It does say, a flickering flame appears in your hand. The flame remains there for duration, which is 10 minutes, and harms neither you nor your equipment.
Great.
Sheds bright for
I
a
was gonna
10-foot
say-
radius,
Go ahead.
and dim light for an additional 10 feet. So if anyone has torches they'd like to light on it, then they could do that too, but if we don't
I
have
forgot
that, then...
my hammer acts as a light too. I forgot.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Does
enough light
Anion
is
have a
produced
torch?
so you can see.
Oh, is his hammer enough?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
I'd say
light
it's-
bringer.
Oh, beautiful.
Kip has dark vision too if you want to ride on his back.
Says Lightbringer. This weapon glows as bright as a torch when its wielder commands.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I won't worry about my little flame hand.
I will be riding on Kip's back.
That offer was not for Anion. I apologize. I know it seemed like it was up in the
I,
air offer
however,
for everyone.
Will do my billowing cloak and then jump on back at Kip with my light hammer.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
I would say that
Majestic
yeah,
as fuck.
the size of Kip, Anion like steps over Kip to start riding him, but it would be a little taller than would be able to actually sit down. But trying it and then having Cell jump on, you guys see a little bit of flourish from Cell there.
Yes.
Anion, you can see just fine though with the illumination that's happened in the tunnel here.
Well, and
Cool.
with the illumination, everybody can see Anion sulking a little bit.
All right. So you guys head down to the tunnel. What's a marching order?
I would like to get back.
Just for appearances, I'd love to see Cell in the front, like on a charge on Kip, but also he's our
Yeah.
healer. So, like, I don't mind going in front of him just to help act as an extra buffer because I'm less important to the group in that context.
I think he's like tank / healer though, right?
Yeah,
hard to get your hands on.
I'll take the lead. Yeah.
Okay. I think part of it is I play a really squishy cleric, so my brain just automatically associates clerics with squish. Mine's also a goblin cleric, and she is super squishy. Like if somebody looks at her wrong, she'll die.
Yeah, I'll take the lead with Kip with my hammer up in the air.
Okay, got it. All right. I would say you guys travel for a few minutes down this tunnel. And as you do, cell out in front, about 25 to 30 feet where the light extends and you see a small dead scaled body.
You said scaled?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, I'll get closer to it to see if I can, like, identify anything on it.
Okay. I mean, getting closer, easy enough you can see this is a dead kobold.
Okay. Just one?
One that's right here. When you get here, you look down the way about another 25 feet away. You see another 2 bodies.
I guess, yeah, I'll just relay to the group. Yeah, looks like a bunch of, well, this one at least is a kobold, and there's a couple more up the ways. We want to keep going. Try to hopefully identify, maybe we can find cores.
Yeah. I mean, I say we keep going.
Okay.
As you guys start to travel, you see more dead bodies. After another 3 or 4 minutes, getting to be about the 10-minute mark or so down here in the tunnels, you've counted 15 kobold bodies. Finally, the tunnel does seem to end. You see that it goes now into a larger room. We'll say you're 20 feet from the entrance now, into the larger room. It's not a door, gate, or anything. It's just that you can see that the tunnel itself opens up. The light kind of spreads out into it a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I'd keep going because all that's on my mind is trying to find his body. So.
Okay, got it. As you as you enter into this room, the 4 of you see another 10 dead kobolds in this room alone. This one is a little bit bigger. There is more things in here. It seems that there's broken down barrels. It seems that they are old, chipped. It's something that may have been down here for a long time. There are a couple small bedrolls. You see in one corner there's small deposited bones. There's definitely activity of things being in this room besides just the dead kobolds. Everybody could roll a perception check here at this point.
$14.
22.
Fuck yes, El. 9.
I got a 21.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, Crane.
Sel and Crane, both of you hear skittering.
You hear that?
that skittering sound? Like something's crawling around?
Yeah, something sounds like a little rat or something. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
And with those 2 super high perception checks, I would say that you guys do see that there is a door off of this room as well. Not a door, excuse me, another tunnel off of this room as well. And looking into that tunnel, there seems to be, just up in the corner, from one little piece to another, a bit of web.
Oh, spiders.
Oh, shit.
But we don't see Crane in this room, correct? Or sorry, not Crane. We don't see Corz's body, correct?
And we don't got much time left before Larzano gets here. I'd say we go.
Go where?
Get out of here.
Down the spider tunnel, obviously.
But where? But we haven't found him yet.
This is not the way you came in. This is a different tunnel off of that room.
Enion heard go down the spider tunnel and start slowly walking that way.
Okay.
Oh god, I don't like spiders.
I'm gonna hold my hand up real quick to kind of be like, wait a second. I Can I roll a history to see what my experience with spiders and their webs might be, trying to not have metagaming with a character versus a player.
Yeah, I'd say you could roll that history check. Anion, are you listening to her when she says wait, or are you continuing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess history or survival. Which one you think?
Actually,
Or
just
nature?
if you're looking. Yeah, I would say nature check for this for
Nature.
stuff here. Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any
Hell
like
yeah.
Are there any like pebbles or anything on the ground?
Oh yeah, a ton.
I'm just gonna like flick a couple pebbles into the.
Into the room. Okay. Go ahead and roll an athletics check to see how that goes.
That is an 8 plus 6.
14.
So
Okay.
yeah, 14.
Got it. And Cadence, what was your nature roll?
My nature roll was 21.
21. Okay, got it. And you were looking for like web properties?
Essentially, yeah. I believe, if I recall from past characters of mine, that webs are flammable.
Oh, I would say, yeah, with a 21, you would remember that. And as you turn to the group and start to say, oh, hey, I think webs are flammable, Anion tosses a rock down in here. Just kind of scatter across. And as he does, 3 giant spiders kind of crawl out the door and into the chamber, and you see large eyes in the tunnel that direction. I need everybody to roll some initiative.
I did not go in the tunnel.
And let's do. Change the 5 here a little bit.
Hey, that's an 18.
I rolled a 13.
13, okay. Let me get this up here. We got Cadence 3. Oh, actually, I need to change that real quick. Actually, that's okay. I'll just leave them in there. All right. So, oh no, I do need to change that. Okay, give me just a second. There we go. Okay, Cell had 13, Cadence had 3, Anion had 18, and Crane, what were you?
19.
19, okay, got it. All right. So, let me get to that.
I do hate to be the bear, but I do have to go soon. So, what's it called? I'll be able to be on tomorrow for the next other session.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Okay.
I will run Cell for you in this combat if that's cool with you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Totally.
Just I'll play more defensively, obviously, and make sure everyone's good to go for
Cool.
heals and whatnot.
Yeah. If you got to bounce now, then we can do that now.
Yeah, if that's all right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I'll
No worries,
see a
man.
couple of you guys tomorrow.
All right, take it easy, dude.
Cool. See ya. Bye.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, top of initiative, we have the large spider in the tunnel coming out.
That's a big boy.
That's a big one. that one is going to come out, and seeing Anion right there is going to make his attack at him. And that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that does it.
Okay. That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
That would be a 21.
21, so you do fail. Or sorry, succeed.
I was like, what the?
No, you do succeed. And you take 7 points of poison damage.
I have to shit my pants.
21 failed, not at level 4. All right, and that will be the end of its turn. That's all it's got. So Crane is up next.
I am going to command Kip to help Anion
Okay.
for my bonus action, and then I'm going to shoot at the little spider on Anion's right.
Okay, got it. Yeah, go ahead and roll the attack there.
Ooh, 14.
A 14 is just going to hit.
I always get confused which one the D12 is. It's the one that looks like the D20, but isn't
Yep,
the D20.
Yep, it's the sneaky D20.
And that is 9 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, nice. The shot rings out and goes for the spider to Anion's right.
I am then going to use 20 feet of my movement to go backward.
Sure. 5, 10, 15, 20.
And I'm going to hang out right there. Kip is going to move up next to Anion.
Okay.
And I don't know if Cell's still riding on his back or not. I don't know how you want to flavor that, but...
That's right. He was on his back. I will say that's fine. Yeah, we can keep it that way, flavor-wise.
And then Kip's going to attack the spider that just attacked Anion.
Go ahead and roll that attack.
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, shit. Nice. Dude, Kip is brutal.
Kip is brutal, man. He's on it. Oh, that's big damage right there. That's 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah. Kip reaches up and rips one of the legs off of the spider, and it turns and kind of bares its fangs dripping with poison at him.
Hell yeah. All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Anion, that takes it to you.
How's that little spider on my right looking like?
He's looking like he's hurt. The shot definitely, kind of broke in and got through its exoskeleton and did some damage for sure.
Well, I'm gonna rage.
Nice.
For reasons. Yeah, I'm gonna try and mess up that spider. That little itty-bitty spider.
The little one, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. $19 plus 6.
Oh, that definitely is.
And the D20 or D12. Alright, that is 10. And I believe. I always forget. So it's 10 plus 2 for the melee damage for rage, plus 4. I believe.
What's the extra 4 for?
Yeah, so 16.
Nice.
16 damage for the little spider.
That is definitely enough that you take your great axe down and just splat it like the little bug it is.
Yeah.
Bug guts everywhere.
And let's see. I believe that is all I can do.
Okay. That is Cell next. Get him up here. And we're going to keep it super simple and defensive for him. Actually, we're going to keep it defensive enough that How are you looking, Anion? Have you taken damage? Are you looking hurt?
Oh yeah, I'm not looking great.
Oh yeah, okay, then he will do something for you then. Yeah, we're gonna keep it with a healing word bonus action at level 2. Gonna cast that. You see Cell raise up his hands, and you gain 6 points of 6 hit points back. And then is going to use his action to. Other stuff you can do there. Yeah, action's just going to be dodge. He said play defensive, so I'm play defensive. All right, so the little ones are up next. And check movement here. It's going to dash up to Crane. Little one is going to come around and go at Cadence as they spread out to the different combatants on the field. Cadence does a 24 hit.
Absolutely.
I kind of figured.
Could I possibly use silvery barbs on myself?
Oh yeah,
or is
for
that
an
not?
attack that's against you. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I believe you have to give advantage to someone else, but I think you can. Yeah, I don't see why you can't.
Cool. So then I'll cast silvery barbs on myself. Oh no, it says for another creature.
Well, is it against the when another creature is making a roll?
Yeah. Sorry, the
Right.
reading it does say you can choose yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
So the reroll is a 15 to hit.
Okay, still hits. But it does say too, just for clarification, it does say that you can choose yourself, and then it says the chosen creature has advantage on the attack roll. So it looks like, or saving throw. So it looks like I can give myself advantage on that.
Okay. Got it. You're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You're gonna take 8 points of piercing damage, and then depending on the con save, might take some more.
Yeah, I have. I got a 3 on that.
Did you roll it with advantage?
Oh no, I didn't, because I forgot to give myself advantage. Okay, I got an 11 on that.
An 11 is exactly the save that you needed, so you only take half, which is 5 points of poison damage.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and that is going to be the end of the Crawley's turn. Cadence, you're up next.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to use my Coiling Grasp tattoo. And so it looks like somebody is, from my hairline, starting to pour black paint down me. It goes down my arm and comes to my fingertips and kind of gains its own form off of me. And I shoot my arm out towards the little spider next to me. And it's very close, so it doesn't really pull it in much, but it just kind of goes and tightens around it. They have to succeed on a DC 14 strength throw.
Okay. That is a failure.
Okay, so they take 3d6 force damage and are grappled.
Oh shit. Yeah, go ahead and roll some damage.
So let's do this. So it takes 13 and is grappled.
Okay. It cannot move. Grappled. Got it. Anything else?
Let me check one more thing. No, I think that is fine.
got it.
I will stay there.
Okay, back to the top of initiative. Anion, seeing you smash the spider spawn, it angrily, as emotionally as a spider can be, comes up to you and goes for another bite attack.
Kip's going to use protection.
Okay. So the roll will be at disadvantage here. And that's an 18 to hit?
Barely.
Okay. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 14.
14. Okay, so you do save. So you're going to take 6 points of piercing.
So I believe I take 3 points of piercing.
Oh, that's true.
raging.
Yeah, you're raging. Yeah. And then on top of that is going to be half. So that's another 8 points of poison damage.
Poison.
And that takes us to Crane.
I am going to use my racial cast to cast Burning Hands on the one in front of me.
Oh, dope. Is that a save or an attack roll?
It's a Dex 14 save.
Okay. Let's see here. That's going to be a failure. 12.
Ooh, hell yeah. So it's 3d6 fire damage.
Dope.
Which is 11 points of fire damage.
Nice. Okay. You hear a crackling as the fire washes over the spider, and it kind of twitches. Still up, but it hurt it pretty bad.
And so I use my Ruby of the War Mage, so it's just like a flamethrower shooting out of my gun at this spider. And then Kip's going to attack the big one in front of him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll his attack.
That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, and that's 10 points of force damage.
Oh, shit. Nice. Dude, Kip is cold-blooded, man. Goes and grabs another of the spider's legs and just rips it off after seeing it attack Anion.
Ooh, yeah, Kip's on it, man.
Yeah, no joke, man.
That is the end of my turn.
All right, Anion, you're up.
Well, I'm probably going to attack the big spider. It keeps attacking me.
For sure. Go for it.
Yeah, that thing's kind of irritating at this point. It is 12 plus 2 plus... No, not plus 2. Plus 6. So 18.
That hits.
At least I can roll well when it comes to hitting. There's an 8 plus 6, so 14.
Flavor that fatality, man. How's that thing die?
I mean, it's already got some leggies gone, so I'm just going to swipe across the leggies it's still got and then bring my great axe down on its head.
Nice. Just cracking off the other legs, and with it unable to move, just gore and viscera from the spider go all over. It's like stomping out the biggest spider you've ever seen. All right. Anything else for you, sir?
I'm going to move. Ooh. Which spider looks worse off?
I would say the one by Cadence looks a bit worse off.
All right, I'm going to go move over to right behind the one in front of Crane.
Got it. So you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You got it flanking.
And I believe no, I can't. That's it for me.
Got it.
I don't have anything else I can do.
Okay, so Cell still riding. Actually, he's going to jump off with Kip so that he can get into the find a little bit more here. He's going to go around, and with the grappled and flanked spider, Cell will make a hammer attack. Lightbringer. 15, which will hit the spider. And he's going to do 6 points of damage to it. And definitely weakening it up, making it look really hurt. That's going to be the end of its turn. Two little spiders' turn next. Crane, the one in front of you, is going to go first. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
All right, then the one on Cadence is going to try and bite at her. 18 on Cadence.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to take 7 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 11 again.
Oh, nice. That is the save.
Beautiful.
So you're going to take another 5 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And that takes us to Cadence.
Okay, so then with one of my arms out in coil, or kind of having the coiling, grasping, inky grossness on the spider, I'm going to take my other hand and do produce flame and shoot my flame at it.
Oh, nice. Save, right?
It is, let me go to it. It is attack flame. Make a ranged spell attack.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Ugh, balls. I got a nat 1 for a 3.
Oof, ouch. Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Okay, so to flavor that, because that seems a little ridiculous that I couldn't hit that. As I start doing it, I'm just shooting a little bit too close to my body because it's just right in front of me, and so I like disengage it because it's just a little too close for me to be able to see what's happening.
Yeah, totally. Got it. All right, that takes us back. Do you have anything else for your turn?
Question. It does say that it is grappled, so that halts movement, correct?
Correct.
And so if I were to move away from it, because the inky tendril can go up to 15 feet, is that something that if I were to walk away from it, I wouldn't have to disengage and it just couldn't opportunity attack me?
It still could, yeah.
It still could?
Yeah, it still could. Basically, so grappled, the speed becomes 0. It can't give benefit to any bonus from its speed. And I mean, that's really specifically it. So it ends if they become incapacitated. It also ends if an effect removes a grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect. So if you were to move outside of the 15 feet, it wouldn't be grappled anymore. But the grapple is just, it doesn't have any speed and can't move.
Okay, no worries. That's fine. Then I won't do anything else.
Got it. All right, Crane, you're up.
I am going to command Kip to help Cadence.
Okay.
And then I am going to shocking grasp the spider in front of me.
Nope. You get it with advantage because of flanking.
Ooh. An 18.
18 hits, yeah.
That's 1d8 lightning damage, so 5 points of lightning damage.
Nice. You grab it and it's shoot a jolt of energy through it.
And then Kip is going to attack the spider in front of Cadence.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for the attack.
Ooh, that's an 8 to hit.
An 8 does not hit. They don't have a super high armor class, but it is higher than that.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Anion, you're up. Muted if you're talking.
I was. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna bring my battle axe down on this guy there.
Yeah, swing away. Go ahead and roll with advantage because you are flanking.
That was a 14. Oh, God. Okay, so 30, 20.
Yep, hits.
That is an 11 plus 6. That is 17.
Nice. That let me see here. 17 points of damage? Oh yeah. That thing's squished, man.
Oh yeah, this time it's just gonna be the side of the axe.
Just
Full
flat
water
instead of the
squish.
sharp
Yeah.
side. Yeah, you just squish that thing, man. It's dead.
Yeah, this poor axe. And then I am. God, I feel like I.
Missing something?
God, I feel like I keep killing the things, so I can't use the second part of my thing to do anything else. So.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna meander over to the other spider.
Okay, got it. It is now surrounded on all sides. All right. Cell is up next. He's going to make his attack. Advantage because of flanking. He gets +5, so it's going to hit by 1. And he rolled a natural 1. So he deals 4 damage to it, cutting off the last of its legs, and it is just barely alive. Cadence, you are up.
Okay. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one that's having a hard time attacking this one in particular. That does make me feel a little better.
Keep it and name it Leggy.
So I think what I'm gonna do this time, for funsies, is instead of doing a produce flame, I'm instead going to do a thorn whip, but also again very targeted because it's very close. And so I'm not going to make it like the whole 30 feet that it can go.
Right.
I'm just going to essentially make from the other hand, mirror what I'm doing with the inky tendrils and try to grapple it, /squeeze it, /poke it with the other one too.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack.
So let's see. Please actually work. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-mm.
I got another nat 1.
Oh shit! Yeah, you need some dice gel for that.
I've been using the D&D Beyond one because my dice are normally shit.
Yeah.
And it just fucked me over on that. So
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Okay. It was a little too long and it didn't actually hit it and it coiled around it but not actually by it. So motherfuck. Sorry, I'm cursing a lot. Bye. That's all I'm doing because
It's it? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, it's gonna be their turn. It's gonna attack you.
It's gonna. Kip's gonna use protection.
Oh yeah. So it'll be disadvantage. So that is still gonna be a 14 to hit.
For good measure, why don't I just use another silvery barbs?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. That time it takes it down to a 9.
Cool, that doesn't hit.
Okay. All right. Crane, you're up.
I'm gonna shoot the spider.
Shoot spider.
Oh Jesus, that's a 13. Does the 13 hit?
A 13 just misses.
Damn it! All right,
That's
Kip,
fucking spider.
you got this, Kip. 13 again. Nope.
Oh, dude, no. Kip misses too.
Yes, but you're
So-
all 4 of them.
I'm gonna, for flavor's sake, because like we're so close anyways and we're all around it, I'm gonna just say that my inky tendril with it being so close to me is fucking everyone up, so I'm gonna disengage that and just,
Okay.
it's no action and just drop it.
Got it. All right. Crane, anything else for you for your turn?
I would also like to surround the spider that we're mugging.
It's just a gang fight, meaning you guys just around kicking the spider.
And that's
All
the
right.
turn.
All right,
No, we're
Anion.
trying to kick the spider and it's not
Yeah,
fucking
right.
working.
Anion, you're up, sir.
I'm gonna put one hand on Cadence's shoulder, look at her, raise my foot, and I'm gonna stomp on her.
Go ahead and roll with advantage because everyone is flanking now.
Come on. Okay, sorry, this dice tower is. I found a flaw with this dice tower. Oh, I'm not gonna roll again. That's a 19.
19 hits.
Should I even bother rolling?
I think it's probably dead.
I was gonna say I got a 6. So.
Yeah, knowing your modifier, that is enough. You bring your hoof up and just splat it for good.
And as soon as it happens, kill them all.
Nice. All right, and with that, we are out of combat.
Fucking finally.
Killed them all as a bold claim when the big one fucked you up so good in the beginning.
I didn't say I didn't get fucked up.
All right, with that, I would say this is a good point for a break. We're about halfway through, so let's do a 15-minute break. We're at 3:17 our time. I think we have everybody in the same time zone right now, so let's call it 3:32. We'll come back and hop back in.
Cool.
All right. Do we have everyone back? Seems like not yet.
Cadence is here.
All right, how about Anion?
Yep.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so hopping back in, the three small spiders and one larger spider are dead, and you guys stand in this semicircular room surrounded by dead bodies of kobolds and spiders. What would you guys like to do?
I just want to start off by saying I didn't think they'd be that close to the entrance.
After that, Cadence looks and says, "What I was going to say was that the webs are flammable, but it looks like that might be a moot point now."
I mean, on principle.
It's good to know. Now we know. It's been established. Next time, if we come to a situation like this, we might consider that as one of our tactics in the beginning.
I was going to say
Or
we
not.
could light them on fire anyways, just on principle. They did hurt us a bit.
They did. My thought is, if Cors's body is down that path, which I somehow both hope it is and is not, I don't think I would like to be responsible for scorching it.
Can I roll a check to see what my knowledge on this kind of creature would be, to see if they like consume the body or if they would just kind of leave it, or how long that would take, that sort of thing?
Spiders? Oh, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
you can roll a nature check.
That is a nat 20.
A nat 20,
Woo!
absolutely. So essentially, what they do, and you can feel it especially right now because you feel the poison still coursing through your veins. Every heartbeat, kind of while you're recovering from the poison damage, you can feel it. And it's, up until this point been theoretical and learning about them and knowing about them, but now that you feel the poison, you know that if you were to be knocked out with this poison that is currently afflicting you, then rather than die, it keeps you alive. It keeps you unconscious and unable to move for about an hour. So they do wrap up bodies, paralyze them, and then slowly kind of inject some digestive juices into them and then drink what's left over afterwards. So there's a little bit of bringing back into a layer. They're not typically scavengers. They like live food. And yeah, I'd say that's what you know about it.
So they probably really wouldn't have done much to the body then.
I guess I would say it would seem weird to you that they would go after an already dead body.
Were there any other ways that we could be looking for something? It sounded like we had explored all of the options and it led us here.
Yeah, so where you guys went in, this is where it has led you, and there's just the hallway, this hallway that is now covered in web that's left to go to in this room. This is as far as you can tell.
I feel like we're so close that though it seems improbable, if there's any chance that he's down there, I mean, we did come to retrieve him.
I'm down to go into the spider hole.
I start walking.
Okay. I'll say, especially since both Cadence and Anion had really high nature checks on the spiders, as you guys step into this tunnel, you look, and it does seem to be pretty fresh web. It doesn't seem like it's an established, like, oh, in every little corner there's web where everything can get sticky. It looks like they were in the process of starting to web up this tunnel. And you look, and the web extends from the entrance here probably about 35 to 40 feet or so, and beyond that seems to stop.
I'm gonna pause for a moment, turn around, look at Cadence, and can I have one of those potions?
Absolutely. And I'll pass one over to him.
And how much for those potions?
Those are just potions of healing.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2 in terms of what they heal.
2d4 plus 2. There's 1. That is a 3. Plus 4 plus 2. So 7 plus 2 is 9. All right. At least above half. Thank God.
Nice.
And do we still have Cell's like hammer thing helping us?
Yes, yeah, he still has that. He still has it out, and he'll also say to the group, "If you guys have 10 minutes, I can do some healing for everybody, but we got to take 10 minutes to do it."
I don't think we have 10 minutes.
I also don't.
Yeah. Maybe when we make it back to the ship, but they should be here soon, and who knows what's behind us.
Let's move forward.
I press on.
Okay, so you guys press on and walk probably about 400 to 500 feet down this tunnel after the web disappears, and you don't see any other sign of spiders settling in or anything like that. But you do follow the tunnel, and you get to a room that is kind of a junction. It looks like it splits off 3 different ways. One where it's kind of back diagonal the way you came, one that's straightforward, and one that's a little diagonal off to the left. And you can tell those tunnels are there, but it seems that something has caved them in. There's rocks piled up in front of it. You can see the arch of the tunnel, but it is just completely covered in rubble, fully caved in on all sides. We'll say you guys are 10 feet away from actually entering into this room, but in the center of this room, you see, looking in, a small object in the center of on the center of the floor there.
What is it? I don't want to just pick it up. What does it look like?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Ooh, that's an 8.
An 8. Something smallish, not super big. With as far away as you guys are, probably about 30 feet. With an 8, it looks like a silver disc or something.
And you said there's only one tunnel, the rest are blocked off?
Well, the tunnel you guys are coming through is still open, but the 3 tunnels that this one leads into, blocked off, caved in.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, I'd like to get closer to the dish.
Okay, yeah, sure. We about 10 feet from the room. You can step into the room if you'd like. And then once you're through there, it's about another 15 to 20 feet to the center of the room, which is about the radius of the room.
Does it seem like there's anything in there?
In the room?
Yeah.
Not really, besides this object in the center of the floor. Now that you're closer to and you've stepped into the room, it reminds you of the small device found outside of Whitestone.
Ooh. Well, fuck, I really don't want to touch it then. Well, I'm definitely going to tell Anion and Cadence that.
Okay.
Does it have any carvings or anything in it that I can see?
Go ahead and roll one more perception check now that you're closer. You can see that there is a similar etching on it as there was before.
That one's only a 12.
12. Not specifically. I would say with a 12. Let's see here. Yeah, you can see that there's writing in common, but that's all you'll be able to see with a 12.
Fuck.
I'll grab it if you guys want me to. You guys probably stand by the entrance.
Though, wait a minute. Last time, how did the thing get triggered? That we said the thing that was on it, right?
I think we grabbed it.
Let me. Sorry. Are you guys okay if I go back and look at my notes real quick?
Oh, please do. I don't want to just.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see. Okay. So as I'm going through, I'm like, Malice says he talks to horses. Let's see. Eastern Woods, Parchwood. Feelings, brother. Follow. We went to the alabaster. Just unconnected. Oh wait, we did the Gloomstalker first, didn't we? Yes, and then we went to the Western Obelisk. Pale guard bodies around the obelisk. Look if there were canine bites. So Cor said what was on it. Cor said, "Stone of white, heart of black. What do the noble Derillos lack?" And that triggered the device and shot up a small orb that spit open the rift. So, I think as long as we don't say it, he might be able to pick it up, and then maybe when we leave, say it or write it down. But it appears, I mean, if this is the same way that it works this time, we don't know. But it seemed like before what triggered it was saying the words aloud.
Well, I think that is good enough for me to grab it.
Okay.
And you grab it. It is larger by about 50% than the other one. Not huge, but a bit larger than the other one. And you do see the words on it. This one says different words this time. This one says, "A warrior dead, the caverns tread, who pays the price in Lord Derolo's stead."
The warrior dead, the caverns tread. I'm not actually saying this out loud, Cadence. This is Brianna. Who pays the price in Derolo's stead?
I'll just read it here. "A warrior dead, the caverns tread, who pays the price in Lord Derolo's stead."
Fuck. Okay. It seeing that Crane has touched it, and it didn't trigger. I'm gonna clarify to Anion, because he wasn't there during that part of our mission, to say whatever it says on it, we can read it, but we cannot say it aloud. That will trigger something terrible, and with the condition that we're looking in, probably something deadly. And I'll go up and I'll read it myself, and then just be really fucking pissed, and then just start, without saying a word to either of them, just start storming back down the tunnel the way we came.
And the cave-ins look pretty solid on both. Dang.
I'm going to put the dish into my bag of holding.
Okay, got it.
And then follow Cadence.
I
Okay.
will follow as well.
Got it. So you guys travel back down here through this cavern. And as you get back to the room where you fought the spiders, There is a tunnel here that was not open previously.
Oh shit.
And we're talking this is 5 minutes after that.
I look at Crane and see what he thinks.
I am totally down to explore the tunnel, but if something can open and close tunnels at will, we need to be very careful where we go.
Yeah. How are you looking on health right now, Crane?
Oh, me? I'm top of the world right now. I'm good.
Okay.
I look at both of them. As far as opening and closing, I have an idea. And I would like to go back down the tunnel we just with the cave-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Find the largest rock that I can pick up and bring it back to the new pathway and just set it right in the doorway of the pathway.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You can do that.
Just in case it closes.
Yeah, I've been good since we took that short rest.
Okay. Amion, are you okay if I take that healing potion?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so that's 7 back. Okay.
Can we see down the tunnel pretty well?
I mean, it is dark. Oddly enough, this tunnel looks like it has smooth edges.
Realizing that we just came across spiders down a tunnel. Hey, can you light this torch for me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just
I
gonna...
will.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, I'll produce flame to light it for you.
Cool. I'm gonna huck that torch down the hallway.
Okay, you got it. And you... And it goes, and you see it's the tunnel itself. As you throw it, the edges that you walk into seem natural and cavern-like, but as you step in, it's not stone in the sense of like, you know, there's bricks that have been set in place, but the edges of this tunnel are smooth. You see no kind of machining marks or anything. It is just smooth, and as you throw it down, you can get it, 25 feet or so, and the light extends out another 25 or 30 feet. You see that beyond that there is a room of some sort, but the tunnel ends and enters into something else.
Well, given no cause to not move forward, I'm gonna go down some.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Is it possible? I'm not very familiar with sending stones, to send another message to Larzondo?
I believe they only have one per day. It is an item in D&D Beyond. Let me double check. Yeah, one per day.
Okay. Well, then I'm assuming they're just going to either rush in behind us or just be hovering and waiting. So, yeah, we're close. I don't like how connected these things are, though, in the context of our mission and now trying to find Korz's body.
Okay. So as you guys head into this tunnel, how are you going into the next room or waiting outside to see what you can see, or what's...
Can I pick up my torch without going?
Yeah, as you're going through, you can pick up your torch. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I'm just gonna keep hucking every time I reach the torch, I'm just gonna keep hucking it down further.
The next time you throw it, you can throw it into the room, and you see... I'd actually say roll a perception check.
Okay. That is a 12.
A 12, okay. You see what looks like multiple humanoids standing still in that room, but they're large.
No. And they don't seem to react at all to my torch?
They're oddly still.
And you said they're standing. They're not like being held up or anything.
Correct.
I just look back at them. Great axe. I'm looking at Cadence and Crane.
Can we? Man,
I'm just making like chopping motions.
they didn't.
Like,
They didn't react at all to the torch being thrown.
No, the light's in the room now. No movement of any kind.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to kind of stealthily move into the room before Anion goes, bash on him. If that's all right with you, Anion.
I lower my axe and kind of just squeeze myself as far to the side as I can.
Yeah, Crane, go ahead and roll stealth check.
Oh, that's a 9.
9. Okay, got it. As you're walking through, you're kind of like sliding along the wall, and you accidentally lift up your hand and hit it against the wall, and you make a little knock with the bracer, and you look expecting to see movement, somebody turning towards you to look or anything, and no movement.
I just kind of whisper behind him, "Aren't you just giving me crap earlier?"
Yes, but the difference is I didn't alert a bunch of people from across the street.
Fair.
Well, I think these guys aren't moving, so...
Now, as you move closer, you see that, I would say with where you guys were at, if you're getting right up to the edge of the room, the closer you get, you can see that there's almost a transparentness to these humanoids.
Well, as we've had a doorway appear out of nowhere, I'm going to take my... as soon as... If Cadence, are you going into the room?
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as she goes into the room, I'm going to take my javelin and kind of jam it just in the doorway at an angle.
Okay, sure.
I'm not a big fan of doors appearing and disappearing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that cockamamie bullshit's not okay. And then I'll just... I mean, are you two doing anything? Because if you're not, I'm going to walk up and poke them.
Well, I wasn't going to walk up to poke them. I was going to just walk up, and if they don't react, I don't want to trigger any sort of reaction. My intention is to try and see if Cores is in there. So I'm going to just walk up cautiously. At this point, I don't care to know more about these creatures other than whether or not they're going to get us.
I would like to walk kind of not in front of them, but enough to where I can like see the front of them and like, do they look at all familiar or anything?
Okay. And Crane, you walking in with them too?
Yes.
I don't like that question.
So the three of you walk in, and it's almost a simultaneous realization that this humanoid figure, or what appears to be in this case, is familiar. And as you get closer, the transparent nature is more apparent, and you walk in and see that the reason that they were large, the reason that they looked big, was that these are 4 illusions in the image of Cores. And in front of each of them is a small circle.
Oh, no. Did the circles have any words on them?
They look to have some runes on them.
I will mention that I wonder if this was supposed to be what happened if we said the triggering phase, or triggering phrase, rather.
I'm going to lean up against the wall, throw my hands up in there, like, voodoo, not my expertise. Tell me if you need me.
I would like to study the runes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm good at this, apparently. Let's see what happens.
You should be, I think.
Oh, yeah, dude. 22.
22.
Fuck yeah.
You would recognize these as related to the teleportation or teleportation of some sort.
Oh, okay. I think you are correct, Cadence. Looks like that might have been some sort of teleportation if we'd activated the words.
I guess I would say with the 22, it's not just the runes. I mean, there is magic flowing through these. Yeah, absolutely.
So we have a teleporter now?
No.
No, we have a teleporter that would bring us right here.
So what I'm hearing is we could go outside, fix everything that's going on up there, leave, and then come back here through the teleport ways, and then be able to explore all we want without disruption. Or am I overthinking things?
I think there's probably more to this than just teleporting to these ethereal cores.
Once again, I just throw my hands up. Fucking voodoo.
Last time we were in a situation like this, or rather the first time, we had a portal open and had hell dogs or death dogs or what have you come out and attack us all. The second time we have interacted with the magic of whoever this is that seems to have a hate for our patronage, or the person who gives us patronage. We ended up having it where his daughter went missing and now she cannot speak. And she was additionally triggered with a magic trap. And I think that for this one, the trap would be that we would have to fight these visages of cores while we're trying to find his body. I think whoever is doing this has a dark and twisted sense of humor, and now that we are working with Percy, we are not immune to his hate.
Okay, I will not touch anything.
I don't know. I feel like whoever's doing this wants us to fight them. I don't think that doing so may help us get him back, though. I think the point is that we'll probably never get him back, and the person wants us to blame Percy for that. That's how I'm feeling.
Crane, after hearing that description, go ahead and roll another Arcana check.
Oh, that one's an 11.
Okay. I would say beyond that, in thinking in what Caden said, you think about checking the runes to see to from, maybe if you can determine if that was a point in going to or coming from, but with an 11 you're not able to determine at that point. They're beyond your knowledge of teleportation magic.
Can I roll a perception check to see what else is in the room?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
That is a number, it's a 14.
A 14. You don't see anything else really. This room is very smooth. It almost the sense of it is almost a little bit unnerving in how perfectly shaped it is. But besides the 4 images of cores and the kind of circles in front of them with this runic teleportation magic, it's an empty room. Yeah, don't see anything else.
So what's the plan? What are we doing?
Crane, what do you think?
Oh man, that's tough. If there's absolutely nothing else in this room, then I don't think we were ever going to find this body in here to begin with. I would have to agree.
Yeah.
Can we stop the light show?
I'm sorry?
Can we get rid of the reminders?
I would rather not. This magic that we are dealing with is not something to underestimate. And especially in our current condition, I think while it is painful to have these visages of him up, it may do exactly what the initial trigger was meant to do. I'm not entirely sure, but I would rather just let well enough be at this point. But that's just me.
Yeah, I definitely think if we do run into the Steros again, it's worth mentioning that we did find this underneath that warehouse.
Yeah. I mean, I think Percy specifically is going to want it back if it ties to whoever's doing all of this in the first place. I'm sure he's feeling guilty enough before with Gwendolyn, but I don't know if he will feel any type of way about having cores be associated with this magic in the context of us not being able to give him a burial. I hope he will do right by Cors's family.
So then should we just make our leave and come back at a later date? Come back with the Sterosa?
Well,
she's probably not going to be willing to actually come
No.
down.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, if there was a body to be found, we are not intended to find it, and if we are, it might do great harm to us to try and do so. As much as we all want to take Cora's body back, I don't believe he'd want any of us to mess with this really dangerous force if it meant that trying to retrieve his body could mean any of us ending up in peril as well. I didn't know him very well, but I know that many a soldier would feel that way. And I think that we should just leave, and if we learn more about this magic, then maybe pursue it more. It seems like we're not going to get away with this connection, or get away from this connection to this person or to the Cerberus Assembly. And we may have another opportunity if they're still willing to try and toy us around to have it. I don't think now is the time, though.
You're muted, Josh.
It's right about at this point in the conversation that the first of the fourth on the left, you see a slight bit of movement from it. Just his face.
Axe in hand.
Sure. Just his face. And he says, "Please, help me." And then after 30 seconds, "Please, help me."
You're not Cores.
I walk over
me.
I walk over and I hold up my great axe and I just look at both of them, implying heavily I'm going to smash the room.
We should just leave. I don't think that he's here.
Please,
I look at Crane.
I agree with Cadence. I think we should leave.
The second one
If
joins in with the first. "Please, help me."
This is meant to be emotional manipulation, and if Cores is still alive, we will find a time. If they're keeping him alive, they're wanting to mess with us. But right now, without Malice and Schley, and with us taking damage, we can't mess with this. It's too much.
Please, help me.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. My character's a very emotional kind of creature, so I'm gonna have to do something. Yeah, come here. Come here. Okay, we're leaving. Walking away.
Cadence. Okay. Cadence has tears running down her face, but you could tell that it's much more out of anger and frustration than just like sadness. And then she just starts humming a song loudly as she's walking away, as if to try and drown out the noise of these cores visages asking for help.
And the third has joined at this point. Please help me.
As we walk away, I'm gonna take my javelin out of the doorway and I'm gonna replace it with a hunting trap.
Okay. And are you guys leaving the room at this point?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
And at hearing the third one join in with thaumaturgy, just to make it a little louder, out of frustration, she is going to just say, like, in almost like a deep growl in her throat, like, just stop it. But it's much louder than it would have been otherwise because she's very frustrated and she's trying to walk away as quick as possible.
And once the last person walks out of the room, and if that's you, Cadence, in that moment, all four of the illusions turn their head in to look at the tunnel and say together, "He could not save us. Will you die for him too?" And then they move back to their original shape.
Give me 1 minute. Let's see, what's my... The sigils on the runes on the ground, were they like etched in the ground? Were they painted on the ground?
Oh, so there would have been kind of like not painted, but there was something on the ground. The ground itself was flat, and I would say that there was a little bit of elevation on it, but it looked closer to chalk than anything else.
Okay. I look at Cadence and Crane, and as we're removing ourselves from the situation, I've left my torch in there.
Okay.
I look at them both. I need you to leave. I will be right behind you, but I would rather you not be here.
Anion, I would
This
not
is not
do.
up for debate. So you walk away.
With this, yeah, that's not that much. You could see that Cadence loses her cool a little bit, and she looks at you, and with vicious mockery says, "Anion, you do not know what you're dealing with here, and I need you to understand that what you are doing right now is not going to be helpful to the situation. I understand that you are a Minotaur and you have feelings about things, but I am telling you that this is not okay." And it's a Wisdom 13 save.
Oof. Wisdom. I'm not good for that. It's a 16.
Okay, so then you save. So it doesn't do any damage, but with the enchantments, and you've been around Cadence enough to know, I imagine, that you feel some sort of like magical, like you can tell it was intended to like hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Like not like kill you, but like it was definitely meant to be like, she's very angry. Not at you, but that whole situation, and her tensions and her emotions are very high.
I look at Cadence I understand your situation, and I understand your feelings on the matter. And as I'm talking, I pull out my short bow. I wrap a cloth around the tip of my arrow, and I'm aiming for the one of the places on the runes, or the where the runes are, trying to essentially smudge it or whatever.
Interesting. Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Well, I looked at her and was like, if you can give me one good reason why I should let that happen, them besmirching not only the memory of somebody we were partied with, but somebody we are still partied with. If you can give me one good reason, I won't.
Because you don't know what it'll do. You don't know the strength this person has. This person is making Percy DeRollo scared. And now we are here and they are toying with us. We are not equipped to handle these things. I have worked as a part of a group for a very long time, and I understand the need to want to do these things. I also understand the need to follow order and to work as a group. And right now, I do not feel like this would be in the best for any of us. And if you need to do it, then you need to do it. But I vehemently disagree. And then I just walk off, speaking Infernal and being done with that, knowing that if Anion is at a point where he's made a decision, then despite him saying if I could tell him any one thing, he's already made the decision. And so I'm just not going to be there in case it backfires. I will still stay close. I'm not going to run away and never help them if some shit happened, but I don't want to be a part of that.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Crane. And you? Would you stand for this?
Crane just kind of looks pretty ghost at the moment since the vision started looking at us saying help me. He just hasn't really, he's tuned out completely.
Okay, Anion, what are you doing?
Wow, damn, that was the one thing you could have said. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot. I'm realizing that Crane's kind of been affected by this more than anyone, it seems. I'm gonna lower my bow, holster my arrow, and kind of put my hands on Crane's shoulders, turn him around, and start walking him out.
Okay. What's everybody's passive investigation?
Not good.
Mine's
12.
16.
Ooh!
But like I said, Crane's not all there right now. He's fucked up.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Mine's a 9.
Okay. Got it. Then, as the rest of you travel back through the tunnels, it takes a few minutes. Overall, you've spent around 20 to 25 minutes down here. And walking through, you see all the kobold bodies. All said and done, there's probably around 30 that you've seen in here. Crane, you do give a passing glance. You can't think about it for very long, but you do notice the wounds don't fit with spider attacks. You just kind of note it in your head, but don't have time, or really the mental energy to process it. But the rest, but you guys head out the rest of the way. Get out back into the warehouse, see the crushed wall and broken door, and hear a bit of commotion outside. As you look and see, there are 2 guards that are speaking to the gnome from across the street as he's pointing up in the air, and you can just catch through the walls and windows. Well, obviously something's going on. There's a ship in the sky.
Yeah. I think it's best we just go to the ship.
I
think
agree.
it's best we go back to the roof the way we came. Go back to the ship.
I agree.
All right. So with that, the 4 of you, 5, including Kip, make your way to the top and see, looking over the edge of the deck, the face of Skizrak, As soon as she sees you, she yells back, "They're here! Get ready to go!" And you see the gems on either side of the Crimson Zodiac start to glow brighter. You see the hooks where your repelling belts will take you up to, and you are close enough.
We do it.
Okay. Everybody gets pulled up to the deck. Larizondo from up at the top has his metal band, but still yells out to you all, "Anything else we need? Or is it time to get home?"
I believe there was a speak with dead person. If we still have time for that, but
he yells, "I have a scroll."
We need to speak to Mr. Derulo. And then I just head down.
We need to bring the gnomes that Tinkertop, Clef.
Oh yeah, that's what we came for.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, then with that, he takes off, heads back to the skyport. You do see him kind of casting a spell over where he's at. Mutter some words under his breath. Heads back to the skyport. You guys are waiting there for about 5 to 10 minutes when more guards start to arrive at the skyport. Larizondo is looking a bit nervous. And you hear him, come on. But after about 10 minutes, you see the familiar face of Risa and Clef Tinkertop, father and daughter, with bags packed, hurriedly making their way to the Crimson Zodiac. Risa looks up and sees that the ship is ready to go, and she's in the guards and starts, "Come on, Dad, let's go." Starts pushing. They make their way up, get on the ramp, and get up to the deck of the ship. Things are getting a little hairy, it looks like. Everything okay still? Clef looks around and asks Crane and Anion, who's still on the deck.
For us.
Oh, great. All right. And Larizondo says, "Time to go." And with the magical lift provided by the gems on either side of the Crimson Zodiac, you take off from Hupperduke, leaving it off back in the distance. Looking back, you can see the smoke now starting to rise, the ash falling from it, now from a distance looking at Hupperduke getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Looking now over the Marrow Valley that it sits on the edge of, seeing far off in the distance small villages and even large cities. You are now in the air and rising back on the deck of the Crimson Zodiac. And now back on the way to Whitestone. With that, what would you guys like to do?
It's been a day and a half. I want to sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially given that it was the end of the night here. Any longer, you guys would have been rolling for exhaustion for sure. But that being said, everyone can make their way down to their rooms. Skizrak comes down from her front cannon area and goes up to the Tinkertops. "Yeah, we've got some rooms. They're pretty tired. I'll take you to your rooms." And she takes them down below and shows them to one of the, or rather two of the guest rooms, one for each of them. And with that, you guys go into your own individual rooms and take a rest. Everybody can mark a long rest at this point if you'd like.
Oh, thank God. Oh, boy. Whew. Okay.
And given the time of day it is, everybody would wake up in the late afternoon, I would say, and there is the absence of smell. You can't smell. I'm trying to think of a word for the absence of smell. There is a lack of scent of any cooking or anything that would often be accompanied with the early parts of travel here on the Crimson Zodiac, as Kors is no longer on the ship.
Just twist that knife. Twist it good.
I'm going to burn all my repairs on Kip to heal him.
Yeah, totally. Kip did some work in Hupperduke, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you did.
At some point, I would try and gather everybody and try and give like one final toast, of course.
Okay. I'll say that you grab Cadence, Crane, Cell, Malice, Schley, and Terra down into the mess hall area of the ship. Everybody gathers around and pours themselves a drink.
And I don't really say much on the topic. I just kind of hoist my mug, of course.
And everybody joins the chorus.
Of course.
The Crane will lift his cup, but he's not going to say anything.
And I'm probably just going to find myself in very uncharacteristic quiet reflection for most of this trip back.
Okay, got it.
Cadence
Well, then
is gonna. Sorry.
Please. No, please go.
Cadence is gonna grab a bottle of wine and go up to the top deck, and she is working on a song that is in Infernal, but has a very sad melody.
Go ahead and roll a performance check.
She's writing it, so if it's bad, that's why she's working on it. Not too shabby. 19.
19. Okay, change to a little more solemn vibe for the solemn music here. Yeah, I mean, you make the song pretty well, but it is bittersweet, and as you're making it, you feel sad about the excuse to make such a good, heartfelt, emotional, and solemn song full of anger and sadness all at once.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to. I would assume in my room I have some sort of like tinkerer's bench.
Yeah, for sure. Just a little bench with a seat that you can use as a table, for sure. Some basic tools for you.
I'd like to set up that dish that we found like on that desk and just kind of study it.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh, natty 1.
Ooh.
It's a 7.
Yeah. You try, but your mind just keeps snapping back to those illusions. Kor's, even if they were an illusion, Kor's last words to the party from the illusion: "Will you die for him too?" Don't see much different. It looks like a bigger version of the earlier one that you had found. The words are obviously different, but in terms of specifics to study or anything new or anything insightful, you don't have much insight into that.
Okay. Well, I would like to spend an hour using my magical tinkering and remake my thieves' tools.
Okay, yeah, we can absolutely do that.
And Crane's just gonna kind of chill in his room for the next couple of days, getting drunk by himself, staring at the dish.
Okay, got it. I would say beginning of the second day, Crane, you would get a knock on your door. One of the, or rather, a knock of the small-handed variety.
I'm just gonna kind of open it, just looking disheveled, like I haven't bathed in a couple of days. I've just been drinking.
And you see Risa, the younger gnome, the daughter of Clef, and she just, hello. I just wanted to stop in and say hello. I don't really know how to say this, but I'm sorry for what happened to your friend. I know that you all were coming here to retrieve us, and if Dad had decided to go sooner, he might still be here. And I think Dad's a little... It doesn't matter. I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm sorry for your friend and what happened to him.
You're the girl who was working on the druid, right, Tara?
Yeah, he's... And she kind of perks up a little bit. He's so amazing. There seems to be some sort of energy that's traveling through him. It's arcane in nature, but he has consciousness too. I don't understand it. She kind of looks again and sees your state and face. I mean, yeah, yes.
Yeah, he was quite incredible. I would have loved to get a better look at him myself.
He's been a bit shy since I got on the ship. Keeping to himself. I don't want to pry. You know, how do you ask somebody to, hey, can I open up your panel and check out your wiring? It seems weird.
It is an odd question to ask, isn't it?
Yeah. When I was helping, there was a good excuse at least. You know, hey, you need help? Let me take a look and see what I can find. But I don't have that anymore. Especially because that energy somehow brought the other things in the workshop to life again. It's odd. She just kind of looks over. Would you have had the disc out still at this point?
Yeah, it's just going to be sitting on the desk.
She just kind of look. I don't mean to pry, but is it something you're working on?
Something we found.
Well, if you need this advice, Dad and I, I'm still learning. He's the expert. Obviously, you know that. That's why you're here. If you need a second set of eyes, you can come find us.
I appreciate that.
Thank you again. I'll go now. Close it. Leave it out. Close. Yeah, I'll just close it. Don't. I didn't. Goodbye. Just closes it.
I'll wait a little bit, but then I will go ask.
He has his door open and kind of sees you outside the door. Oh, Crane. Hi. Risa mentioned you might be stopping by. Said something you found?
Yeah, we found this dish while we were looking for cores, and then when we had come back through the cave we came through, another cave had been opened. I'm just going to give them the whole explanation of what we saw. And I have reason to believe that answering the riddle on this, or even reading the riddle out loud, would have teleported us to that. So if you inspect this, I would prefer if you would not read it out loud.
Of course. That sounds like it'd be very bad. Oh, very bad. Right. And you see him open up a leather kit. It's kind of wrapped up and it's got different tools. Pulls out a set of glasses, puts them on, pulls out a couple of attachments to those glasses, sits them down. Do you mind? I will treat it with the utmost care.
Yeah, just hand it over and pull up a seat.
He doesn't actually even put it down. He uses a mage hand and just keeps it in the air. And basically sets the mage hand up, and you can see a ring lights up when he does the mage hand. But he sets the on his hand, not on the mage hand. He's got a ring that lights up, and the mage hand activates. But he sets the mage hand almost like a book holder, and puts the device on it and begins to look. And it slowly is rotating it around. Glasses up for a little bit. Down. Oh, I see. Is this similar to the device that Lord DeRollo was asking us to look at in the first place?
I believe it is.
I see why he needed help. Here, let me... And he reaches into his belt and pulls out two metal rods that are stuck together almost like they're magnetic. And he goes... and pulls them apart, and there's like a blue arcane shimmer over them. And he puts it over, and it seems to have a way of looking in through the outside into the next layer. Not all the way through, but just beyond this first layer of metal. He says, here. This should require some sort of wiring or electrical transfer system. But it's not there. And he points over here. See this spring? It pops open. And I don't have my... I can't actually detect the magic. But I would imagine that there's at least one spell attached to the spring being popped.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, I don't have Detect Magic. I have Identify. Never mind.
Okay, got it. You said this was meant to teleport you somewhere that you went? Somewhere that you saw?
We believe that this was going to either open up a portal and bring something to us or bring us to something.
I see. It would probably be harder to take you somewhere without being willing with this device. But given its advanced nature, anything's possible. I've only seen a device that had no explanation for how the power traveled between circuits. It was something recovered. There was a group that was traveling north from... Aor was the name. And there was a device they brought back with them. It's broken. It was a piece of something else. And I suspected that there might be missing parts that accounted for it. But looking here inside, this seems to be the same. At least the same type of design. Here, this is what I was missing. And he points to kind of, it's almost like a little channel, like something should travel through it, like liquid or fluid or something, but it's just open. And he says, there must be some sort of inherent arcane currents that have been placed into this that the electricity will naturally travel through. This is very advanced. I've never seen anything like it. Nothing complete, at least. Nothing functioning. Nothing that wasn't hundreds, if not thousands of years old.
So you would say that whoever's creating these would have knowledge of the Age of Arcanum?
I think that's exactly what's happening. And that can be very dangerous. Technological marvels combined with arcane power led to the world nearly being destroyed. It's dangerous forces to play with, but impressive nonetheless.
I should also tell you then, Clef, that all of this heavily involves the Cerberus assembly.
Oh. Well, that fucking sucks.
Yeah. Thought I'd let you know that so when you go home.
And he kind of turns his head a little bit. The assembly's involved with this? This device?
The assembly was involved with the disappearance of cores.
That doesn't seem like their style. They're purists, from what I've seen. They see the value in Upper Duke, but don't much care for what we can produce for them.
Well, I'm not sure what value there is in stealing gnomes with kobolds, but that's what they were doing.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a macabre. I heard you might be talking to a dead person?
Yes.
Can I be there for that? I've never seen that before, and it's always just kind of been something I've been curious about.
I have never seen it before either, so...
No shit. Oh, man, that's going to be crazy. Okay. If not, it's fine. I understand. I understand the need for proper quarantine protocols when using unstable magics. It'd be interesting to see a dead person talk, though.
I'd love to have you there.
Cool. Great. I don't know that there's anything I can currently do while we're moving, at least. I'd like to get to something more stable. Lord Dorello said he has a workshop that is quite stacked. So I don't know how much more I can do on the ship. I wouldn't want to hold on to this. He passes it back to you with the mage hand.
Yeah, I'll just take it back and put it back in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Well, maybe we can gather everybody up and go talk to a dead guy.
Yeah, I mean, some people are kind of bored. I would not be against that now. Man, now that we've talked about it, I'm super curious.
Yeah, man. Let's go gather some people up, talk to a dead guy.
Okay. Who wants to go talk to a dead guy? Does Annie on the Cadence want to be there for that?
I don't think Cadence is in the mindset for that.
100% want to talk to a dead guy.
Brianna's very excited to be was seeing a dead conversation from over here, but Cadence wouldn't.
Okay, got it. All right. So you guys gather. I would say probably most of the party would be around for this. But you guys gather. The dead body. Let me check something here real quick, actually. With Sal's character sheet. Okay. He does not have what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, he does. Okay. So Sel would have cast into repose, we'll say. So the body is not decomposing yet after the... it's only a couple days, but it's not starting to bloat or decompose or get gross or anything.
That's okay. I'll talk to it if it's gross.
Ginger repose is cast that at least is good for a little while. But you all gather on the top of the deck. Skizrak kind of walks along the railing of the ship and does her funny little perch at the edge, kind of looking over, watching. So you guys have the scroll, Speak with Dead. For the sake of telling you guys what it does, you can ask 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life. Answers can be brief, cryptic, or repetitive. The corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you're hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. It doesn't return the creature's soul. It only animates its spirit. It's not a resurrection. So it can't learn anything new, doesn't know anything that happened since it's died, and it can't speculate. It is just a body answering.
Do I know what any of the Cerberus assembly look like?
Go ahead and roll a history check with disadvantage because you're from Taldore, like born in Taldore, but there's a possibility.
So it's a
13.
13.
14,
Oh, no,
I would say maybe
14.
you've heard some descriptions of them, but you have not seen any of them. No.
And this is not the wizard we saw in the cave? Right? Like the wizard that we, okay. But do I know what that guy looks like?
You know of a description of him.
Oh, damn.
It was an older elf, gray hair, I believe wearing red. So you have an approximation, but not.
I would like to use my disguise self again to try to make myself look like that guy, or as close as I possibly can to that description.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check just for like naturally filling in features that aren't there with magic.
That's a 14.
14. Okay, got it. So you use disguise self. You definitely look like an older elf with gray hair, wearing red. You fit the description at least, if not the exact image of this person.
I just didn't want him to think I was the guy that killed him, or one of the people that mugged him. Because you said he doesn't have to answer to hostile, right? Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's talk to a dead guy.
All right. You open the scroll and speak out the incantation on it. And as you read every word going through the incantation, as you speak the word, it lights up in a purple and black. And by the time you finish it, the purple and black energy starts to spread out of the scroll and kind of ashes. The scroll turns to ashes and they go and settle over the dead body. And you. And it's laying down still, eyes open. It has some semblance of its former self. But you're free to ask away.
Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask?
I figure I'll leave the questioning to you.
All right. I guess my first question is, what member of the Cerberus Assembly do you work for?
I think for this, and the way you phrase it, go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Oh, 12?
12, okay. He says, Master Tversky.
Tversky?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you move Korz's body after you killed him?
Let's see here. Let me check something. Kobold caves. A tunnel beneath the city.
Sorry, I'm writing all this down.
Also, I got you on that too.
Oh, thank you. You're saying that the Kobold caves run underneath the city? I'm going to look at Clef when I say this.
He'll answer yes. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, fuck. I got 2 more questions, guys. Who did you deliver Kors' body to? Besides the kobolds.
No one. The body was hidden. Is that your pigeon?
Yeah, that's my metagame pigeon. Do you want to ask anything about potential knowledge of the involvement with like Dorolo stuff and how those two things might be linked, or the Age of Arcana or anything? I do a bad pigeon noise. I'll work on it.
Is that, I mean, how do you, what do you, which of those things would you prefer me to ask? We only have one more question, so how does your master have knowledge of things from the Age of Arcanum? Is that kind of a good question? Is that what we're looking for? Or what is your master's quarrel with Percy DeRollo?
Yeah, I feel like we can't really get an answer to both of them, but that might give us more to work with, because whether or not, like, we know that they have to have some knowledge for the Age of Arcanum, and I feel like right now one of the bigger things is like, why are these things connected?
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
So, yeah.
Yes. What is your master's quarrel with Percy DeRollo?
And it turns its head just up a bit, staring at you in the face, and says, Master Tversky has no quarrel with Percival DeRollo. With a thunk, the head hits the deck.
Well, can you
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I know, right?
I mean, that's still helpful information to have.
Absolutely.
Well, that's not good that the Kobold Caves run underneath the city. That's really bad.
And Clef here now, almost not a smile, but a look of macabre curiosity that has been sated. That's likely how they were abducting people without knowledge of how it was being done. But you said they were all dead, didn't you?
What, the kobolds down there?
Yeah.
There was a lot of dead kobolds down there. And actually, on our way out, I noticed that they were not killed by the spiders that we fought.
What? What were they killed by? I'm not there. Fuck. Sorry. Oops. Rewind. Future conversation.
Well, if you weren't going to ask it, I was going to. What were they killed by if not by the spiders?
Crane's just going to kind of like stare down because he wasn't really paying attention when we were walking out. He's just going to have like a flashback to Kors. He's just to say, I don't know, I missed it.
Do not blame you. I mean, it's not exactly like I caught it either, so I just assumed spider mishap.
No, not a single one of those bodies had a spider bite.
Proceeds to look at the couple of spider bites on my body.
They're healing, but they're kind of gross still.
So I guess, how do we go forward from here?
I don't know. All I got were more questions.
It seems that with this Cerberus society, that's most likely going to be the trend. Until we are able to meet with them in person.
Clef, what do you know about Dvorsky?
Dvorsky's the Archmage of Diceology. They study animals and odd creatures. We've got a breeding program of moorbounders in Zanash.
You said Diceology?
Dysology.
Thank you.
I probably am pronouncing that because we're playing D&D. Disology, not Diceology. Diceology is just playing D&D.
We're playing Diceology right now.
Yeah, there you go.
We're Diceology.
I was going to say, thank you for spelling that, knowing that I wouldn't know how.
So what would Dvorsky have to do with kobolds? Stealing gnomes?
Nothing. Doesn't make sense. We make weapons for the Empire. They could just order things if they wanted to.
What if the Cerberus Assembly was no longer serving the Empire, but serving their own needs? From what I know, King Dwendal is not doing well.
Then the Assembly could have any number of motivations.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Things don't add up, though. It doesn't make sense. Why would he say the Assembly have no quarrel with the Rolo?
You think that they do?
If they're the ones behind it. Wait. Didn't you say you found one of these back in Whitestone, too?
One of these gadgets?
Yeah.
We found two of them.
Was the Assembly involved in that in any way?
That's a really good question. We didn't find any... Well, we didn't find anybody connected to it. All we found were the devices and bodies.
They knew Cores died. And they knew you'd go down those tunnels to find them. Or to find it. To try and find him. I don't know. A lot to think about. And Clef seems to get lost in his thoughts.
Well, any information you can give us on any of the members of the Cerberus Assembly, if you could jot that down. Any hidden knowledge you might know that the library we spent our time at didn't. would be incredibly helpful.
Yeah, of course. You have time now?
I do.
Well, then with that, Clef Tinkertop sits down with the group and minus Cadence and begins to discuss the Cerberus Assembly and some of the ins and outs of who they are and what they do. And I think with that, that's a good place to end the session. With the next one, we'll come back into Whitestone and hit up seeing how returning to Lord Derolo goes and finish our Hupperduke arc here to get back to Whitestone. Very excited to see how that goes. So thank you for everybody tuning in live or watching the VOD afterwards. Housekeeping that we didn't do at the beginning of the session. We use music from a couple different places. Filmmusic.io is one of those places. They've got great music. There's information down in the panels with links to each of the songs that we use from filmmusic.io. You can find more information at those links. License them, listen to them, check it out for yourself. We also use music from official Critical Role soundtracks. Welcome to Tal'Dorei, Welcome to Wildmount, our fantastic albums made by the awesome folks over at Critical Role, and they're generous enough to let streamers like us use them, and so we do, because it's great music. So check that out as well. Info down in the panels. With that, we'll catch you in a couple weeks for the next one. Take it easy.